SEC Gold membership is offered by Avner Gold LLC.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
It's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Hey, it's DFAR. The best sports trips aren't just about the game. It's about the whole experience. With Absolute Sport, that experience is built around you. Whether it's an El Clasico match followed by a night in Madrid, oh yeah, or a company outing at the U.S. Open, they'll customize everything to fit your perfect trip. If your event has a ticket, they'll build a package around it. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, it's Mace. Did you know Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They're transforming lives with job training, career placement, and support services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward.
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
So Mark Reel from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
The California wildfires have devastated communities and displaced families across the state. Autism Speaks recognizes how overwhelming this time could be, particularly for people in the autism community and those committed to offering support. Resources are available at autismspeaks.org to assist with coping strategies and connect you to local support. For immediate assistance, the Autism Response Team can be reached at 888-AUTISM-2. That's 888-288-4762. Spanish-speaking support also available, 888-772-9050, or via email at AYUDA at autismspeaks.org. As the father of an autistic child, I know these are challenging times, but you're not alone. Autism Speaks stands with those affected every step of the way.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side? I'm in the far side. You're in the far side.
Go. Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
Yeah. Well, looky here. DeMarco's bringing friends. Roland Williams here as well, who yes, I believe you said, was it earlier this week, Roland, that You were not the best tight end in the NFL, but you're the highest paid at one point.
Dang right.
That is quite a line on a resume.
Dang
Grateful indeed. Grateful indeed.
Good to have you here.
Good to see you, my man. What's happening?
Man, I just enjoyed the best ride coming here, thinking about my opportunity to spend time with my friend, talking about the greatest thing in the world, sports.
Yeah.
Man.
How long was the drive?
Approximately an hour and 52 minutes.
Hour and 52, because you're going all the way
Where
out.
are you coming from?
Out
Thousand
near,
Oaks.
Out near COU, right? Yeah.
That's right.
That could be treacherous.
So I don't like that because I usually have the longest drive of the day, and now I don't anymore. So you win that face-off roll. And I usually got about an hour and 15 or 20, but you blew it out of the water.
What came up in that hour and 52? Because I know your mind works a million miles an hour. So what came up?
It does, man. It's like just thinking about, I got my sons doing their thing, going to school, Oaks Christian. We're planning. I'm a real estate developer now and passionate about sports, catching up, and just like thinking about my life. I actually enjoyed the ride. It was good.
Driving here?
Driving here was good. People are like, oh, traffic and da-da-da-da-da.
I just thought of a connection.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop it.
Between you and Travis, you guys got something in common. Yeah, Oaks Christian is unfair to every high school in the district. He's a Dodgers fan. Unfair to baseball. There you go. You get every athlete in the world.
And look, don't hate us because we're beautiful, DeMarco. Right?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, that's just you picked wrong. You just picked the wrong team. That's what it is. When you got that long drive rolling, see, Emily makes faces at me when I say this. DeMarco, I think you know this, but I think you kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
When I am in the car, I very rarely listen to anything. Because you just said I like to drive. Your mind kind of wanders. You can think about life. You can think about what you're doing. Do you have something playing, or are you just kind of in your own head?
Yeah, well, I'm normally always a person that's a planner. So I think it's about strategy, getting better. There's a few actual audio books that I'm listening to, reading. Okay, I'm going to share with everybody today.
All right.
There is a great book for every entrepreneur out there. Okay, this book is called The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. This is a game changer.
The
Road Less Stupid, game changer. I want to tell you that. Another one for entrepreneurs out there.
Wait, Less Stupid?
Okay, The Road Less Stupid by Keith Cunningham. The other one is called Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell. Game changer. Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell. And this one for all the guys who have dad bods.
Easy.
For
Don't
all
look
of
at
the
me when you
guys,
say
for
that.
all of the guys that want to go to the next level.
Yeah, I'm like, who are you looking at?
Wait.
You know what he did, DeMarco? He
looking at?
specifically locked into the Nether's reason. Like it was like one of those. He didn't look at you or me. It was I'm not going to address this in either guy.
This one is called The 4-Hour Body by Timothy Ferriss.
Okay.
3 game changers. Thank me later.
What was the stupid one?
The Road Less Stupid.
The Road Less Stupid.
Keith Cunningham.
Buy
Back Your Time. By who?
Buy Back Your Time, Dan Martell. The 4-Hour Body, Timothy Ferriss. Okay. Those are game changers. So anyway, I listen, I reflect. I'm up at 4 a.m. I mean, it's a whole deal. And again, grateful to get here and grateful to hang out with you.
What did you major in at Syracuse?
Communications with a minor in management, and then I went to grad school at Newhouse for broadcast and public relations.
Man, I tell you, that's why I'm writing this stuff down, because I know if he's recommending it, it's legit. It's not just BS or something he heard from somebody else. It's real stuff. So this has been forever with Roland. The fun part about Roland is playing football with him. The most interesting part is just hanging out with him when he's not playing ball.
All right, I got a question for you.
The last thing you want to do is be in a helmet in front of him, because he will grab you and won't let you go.
I am not disparaging either of you when I ask this question. Understand where I'm coming from here, okay?
What?
You guys are both NFL players. I was not a Major League Baseball player, but I played baseball for a long time. The baseball locker room was often referred to as an intellectual wasteland. Okay? They weren't wrong.
Okay.
Roland, you sound like somebody who takes academics and serious thought seriously. Did you find your time in the NFL in a NFL locker room to be an intellectual wasteland?
I would say 100% not. First off, for clarity, there's NFL players, and then there's Super Bowl champions.
Which both of you are.
Okay.
I want to make sure I put that disclaimer out there.
Yeah.
There's NFL players and Super Bowl champions. So DeMarco,
Yeah.
when I refer to you as Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr,
Yes.
it puts it in a elevated and accurate depiction
Do you
of
hear
who
what
you
he's
actually
doing?
are. So I want to
Yeah.
make sure I frame that. So then I want to
In
come
other
back.
words, call Roland Super Bowl champion Roland Williams.
I understand. I understand.
You see what he's
I
doing?
understand.
Anyway.
Wait a minute, DeMarco. You are so dang
Oh, I
smart.
know that snap
You
count.
are
Let's
so
go.
smart. All right, so now next I will say that one of the things I was most impressed with was the depth of the players, the depth of knowledge, the depth of humanity that exists in an NFL locker room that just recently with all the media content, people are starting to identify the other sides of athletes, right? When we saw a NFL wide receiver reading a book on the sideline.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, everybody's like, oh my gosh. Do you know how many people read books?
Not a ton on the sideline of an NFL game.
And the NFL, many.
During the game?
Not during the game.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Not during the game.
No, but most just wouldn't take it out outside of the game. You know.
No.
But I respected that, the fact he was being himself. And so
I think, to answer your question, I think the NFL locker room might be smarter. I do.
Well, I can tell you this. Can't be any dumber.
Yeah, right. I don't know why. Maybe it's because you have to go to college first.
And you got to spend 3 years there.
You have to
don't
spend
even,
time.
Like basketball, you could be there for a hot second.
Yeah.
Baseball, you don't have to go at all.
At all.
Yeah.
And football, you have to. And even if you're trying not to learn, you're going to learn something.
You're going to be on a college campus for 3 years. You're going to get something through osmosis.
Yeah.
You're going to get people. You're going to get classes. You're going to get situations.
I guess throughout my life, the richest guys, we know a bunch of athletes, cross sports, basketball, baseball, everything. The richest guys that I know, I think, are baseball players. Is that fair?
No,
with these contracts in the NBA, I think things are changing.
Then hoop.
Yeah.
Then hoop.
Yeah.
But far more successful, like doing stuff away from the game, like not related to that sport. Football. Business. They go into businesses. They Adam Timmerman might be the most successful dude we know. And
he's the guy that owns Iowa?
Yeah, he was selling John Deere tractors. But I mean, I guess that's fair. I mean, even if you're not trying in school, you're going to learn something, and you have to go.
If you're there, something's going to go in.
Yes.
And you're going to meet people, you're going to be around people, and you're going to learn things whether you want to or not.
There were certain quarters when I majored in eligibility. Yeah.
I graduated in eligibility. I have
I'm not really
BS
trying.
in eligibility.
I told a prof once, I'm only here for a 0.7. I'm not here to learn.
Wait, you had to get a 2.0.
I just needed a 0.7 for that just for the credit. I just need the credit, so let's just work. I'm a senior, 5th year. I had to take this class as a makeup. I'm not going to be here that much.
You're going to the NFL.
Right.
You know what it is. Shout out to the University of Washington Huskies.
Yeah.
My son goes there now. He's a freshman. He was an academic top dog for the football team this year. Very proud of him for that.
Yeah.
And, just building on that Oaks Christian thing. I also wanted to say I think that football players have a little bit more grit and grind that comes with the sport historically, that sort of makes you you got to be a little bit more, right? I don't
you got to hold up your end, or
you
get suspended and you can't play. You let the team down. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. But I never thought of that. But baseball players, I mean, look, I think they do things by rote, right?
What do you mean?
Like it's repetition. So their genius is doing it every single day.
I think the genius, to kind of talk about what Super Bowl champion Roland Williams was talking about a second ago.
Well done.
How was
Syracuse.
that? Thank you.
See,
look, I might be a baseball player, but I pay attention, right?
Yeah.
I pay attention.
Syracuse.
Right? See, I slowed down. I made sure that you got to hear it, the whole thing.
Yes.
I think what their greatest skill is the ability to have a ton of failure and still think success is right around the corner. That is the baseball mentality.
It's built into the sport.
Because if you're a football player and you fail 80% of the time, you're not a football player for very long.
You're cut.
In baseball, you got to learn that that's normal. This is how it goes.
Vermeil and you.
Kind of goes through it all over again.
Vermeil yelling at you. If you drop that one, you might as well keep running. I died laughing. Like he was headed towards the parking lot. If you drop that one, Roland, you might as well just keep running. Oh, my God, that's funny.
You caught it, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Look, I'm still here. Rookie of the year.
Was he hard on you? Was Vermeil hard on you?
I think he was hard on all rookies, but especially me because I needed to play.
Yeah.
I mean, when he turned around the end of the year and gave me the Rookie of the Year honor, I still have it to this day. And I was like, I know he was only pushing me because he wanted me to be great. And my position coach was like his buddy.
Len Stiles.
Correct.
Oh, my God.
Correct.
We'll tell you stories off air about Coach Stiles. Great guy. But I couldn't. That's your position coach?
The coaches that are writing you, the coaches that are saying things like Coach Vermeil said to you or Coach Stiles, those are the guys that do believe in you, that do want you to have success. The guy that you need to be worried. Here you go. This is a little education for everybody that's on a team. If the coach never talks to you, that's when you're in trouble.
Bad.
Especially after the guy that says when you do something that isn't great and they go, don't worry about it. That's bad news for you.
Especially after first cuts and the other cut is coming. And you're good.
That's really bad. The guy that's got the finger in the face and yelling at you and saying, you're this, that, and the other thing, and I need this out of you, and you better never do that again. You're good. They're going to keep using you.
There's a good litmus test. So do something like completely wrong and see what the coach says. Like, good job there. Well, he's not even paying attention. Yeah, you're about to get cut. That's how it goes. But in my mind's eye, I have a bunch of Vermeil sound bites. And the only rookie I remember him or young guy talking to was you. And I just want to was he on your back? But he was on everybody.
Yeah. I think he was on everybody's back. And you know, during that time, we were transitioning from a whole different offensive mentality, mindset. Yeah. I mean, we evolved in year 2, but that first year, that was Tony Banks.
Well, this is different. I hated you guys for a while. I did. They shortened our lives, bro. Like, stop. Tony, dang. Can you stop turning it over, please? One time.
Quick change.
Can we finish the Gatorade? Can I just finish this cup of Gatorade before you turn it over again? Or, this was the other thing. They would score too fast.
Yeah, well, look, you pick your poison, Far. Do you want them to score, or do you want them to just turn it over?
We got dragged for 18 plays, gassed, held them to a field goal, and they score in one play. And they get mad at us.
If I were on the offense, I'd say, then get off the field quicker and put us back out there. Stop giving up 18-play drives. How about a little 3 or 4 play drives?
In Carolina with Kerry Collins. Come on.
Super Bowl champion Roland Williams is in the studio with us as well. Lots to get to today. I know that you were a big fan of this guy without even knowing that you're a big fan of this guy. Gene Hackman died earlier. He and his wife and his dog. Kind of a strange
story.
Yeah, very strange story. We'll talk a little Gene Hackman movies because he's got some great sports movies in there as well. We're going to get to that. We're going to talk about Dodgers in spring training. We got a little bit of a weird position battle going on right there. And, of course,
second base. Yeah.
And the dominoes from second base. A lot going on there. And, of course, the Lakers play their second of what are 3 games in 4 nights tonight against the Timberwolves. Another chance for them to move up in the seed and kind of see where they are overall, which is a pretty good spot. And also, it is a Live Nation ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen during all day long on this show, all the shows, and be caller number 7 when you hear the cue to call at 877-710-ESPN, and you can win a pair of tickets, 2 tickets, to Neil Young at the Hollywood Bowl on September 15th. Neil Young at the Hollywood Bowl on September 15th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at Ticketmaster.com. Matthew Stafford likes to go skiing. Conspiracy or no? That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco and Super Bowl champion Roland Williams. Next.
Luka put on a show and delivered a triple-double, leading his new team over his former squad.
Luka's three-pointer. Good.
Wow, that's a tough shot.
Luka proved he's ready to dominate in a new chapter.
Luka Doncic's first triple-double as a Laker, and they just keep rolling.
Now the spotlight shifts to tonight's matchup as the Lakers gear up to host the Timberwolves. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 p.m. on 710 ESPN. For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gat. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gat today. 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gat. Your claim, our game.
Neil Young. Live at the Hollywood Bowl September 15th. Tickets go on sale this Friday, but you can win yours before they even drop. This Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA, we're hooking up listeners with 4 pairs of tickets to see the legendary Neil Young take the stage. Tune in Thursday for your cue to call and win. Neil Young, September 15th, Hollywood Bowl, presented by Live Nation. Don't miss it.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Orthodontics are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. This can be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, a youngster who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy around for the bar.
Yeah.
Luca did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough.
ESPN LA and the Lakers and BB Yum are teaming up to find the Lakers Gaffote, the greatest fan of all time. And if you think you are the Gaffote, you could win the ultimate fan package, including courtside seats and a year's supply of BB Go. If this is you, you go to LakersGaffote.com. That's LakersGFOAT.com to learn how to submit your entry today.
Did you see countries participating? This is funny. United States, yes. United Kingdom, Germany, Japan, UAE, Slovenia, and Brazil.
No Canada? No Mexico?
No Canada, no Mexico. But Slovenia,
what are we doing here?
Slovenia makes the list all of a sudden.
Laura, what's up with your people? Why are none of your Mexican folks trying to become the Lakers Gaffote?
You know what? I don't know. They didn't invite us.
Well, you're invited.
Everybody's invited.
We just opened the invitation then. There you go.
The rules have to invite us, not us invite ourselves.
All right. Well,
we just
the
did.
UAE and Slovenia are in.
East Coast. What's your basketball team there, Roland?
Super Bowl champion.
Roland Williams. Wait a minute. I can call him Roland. It's Roland.
You sure can, my friend. Now, when I think about basketball, I think about loyalty, brand loyalty. I'm from New York, went to Syracuse, grew up a Knicks fan. Now out here in Los Angeles, you got to be loyal, man. I'm down with the Lakers.
Yeah, but Lakers and Knicks in the finals. Who you got? Ooh, that's a hard one.
I'm just going to fall back and enjoy
it.
Patrick Ewing's not there. I mean, I'm back in the old school Knicks. You know, Patrick Ewing and John Starks. Remember them? Oh, man.
Of course, yes.
Jeez, it's so much fun, man. I miss those days. Guys used to rebound back in the day, be physical. Mason and just, Oakley.
Oakley and Anthony Mason on the same team is bonkers.
Crazy.
Those guys were both bruisers.
They had an agenda, right?
Yes. Well, Pat Riley, great executive, great coach, all these things, also ruined the NBA for 4 or 5 years where games were being played 82 to 80.
Made it ugly.
Ugly, hideous basketball.
Yeah.
Do you like this era better than that, though?
No.
Defensive versus
here's
wide
what I
open?
want.
Yeah.
I want the medium between what we have now, where
a nice mix.
I don't want games played in the 80s, but I also don't need 100 threes jacked up in every game. And so, somewhere in between those two things.
I don't think we have those sort of coaches anymore. Yeah.
Well, what we don't have is we got too many math-driven people. Threes more than two. Take more threes. Take more threes. It's just not a great entertainment product the way that the other one was.
I want the Jeff Fisher version of an NBA coach. That's what I want.
This is one of those conversations that everyone on this conversation's over 40 years old.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, how about no, it's amazing how they play now. Because
do you think so?
Because it's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's fun. Again, to people, it depends on what your demographic is.
Yeah.
In this new age of video games and fast TikToks and all the things, it's quick, it's fast, it's spurty, it's highlights. That's exciting. That's what the large consensus of consumer wants. And so I think that the NBA and the NFL, they both evolved with the consumer. And
I keep hearing this, like LeBron and the old guard are holding up the show. I guess this new age basketball is not our style,
right?
But the young people love it.
Yeah. They don't watch it.
That's the other thing. I don't think they
love it so much. Why aren't they watching it?
I don't think they watch it like how we used to. I think they watch it on phones and stuff now.
And
but
that's little clips. And I'm with you. Like if you're watching it on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter or whatever, and you're watching the clips, yes, those get consumed by a different audience than the demographic that we're all in.
Yeah,
they don't watch games.
True. Well,
and the games are the things like the game that we got the other night with the Lakers and the Timberwolves was the biggest NBA rating since opening night. Okay, so obviously it's Luka playing against the Mavs, so there's some extenuating circumstances, but we don't watch games the way we used to. And I think part of it is it's just race to the corners and jack threes. It's like, okay.
Luka would draw me back to the TV because he's fun to watch on TV. He's everywhere, and he can drive the lane and just do a multitude of things. So maybe that's it. We're talking about this run with the Lakers now that Luka's been inserted into the lineup. It seems more fun. There's hope there, right? This seems like normal Laker basketball. But he is fun to watch on TV.
Incredible.
Yeah. If you made a TikTok version of the Pat Riley-led whatever back in the day, it would be world star hip hop. It would be like, seriously, it would be mugging in the paint and no points, no skill.
Yeah.
But Luka, those highlights to those kids, you can watch that
but
all
think about
day
what
long.
We're talking about with Luka in particular. What makes Luka so much fun to watch isn't just that he shoots a bunch of threes. He goes to the basket. He's got an incredible passing game. He can, the pass he threw to Reeves the other night, the
ridiculous.
That wasn't a three. That was a guy attacking the basket who found the open guy. This is, to your point, it isn't just that he's a great shooter. He gets hot from behind the line occasionally, but he's a great basketball player.
See, no knock. AD got the tribute video, and I told you it was emotional. But, was that drawing you to the TV screen, LeBron and AD?
No.
No. We were hoping for wins, but this is fun.
That's it right there. I think the best part about Luka coming here, other than the Lakers just got a lot better because they got one of the best players in the league, it's fun to watch again.
I think the pairing of LeBron and him is what makes it even better. These are like two of the most intellectual people in the game. But then the sort of salt and pepper, the old school, new school kind of thing is what makes it even more exciting to me. I like seeing LeBron at the end of his game, end of his career, but still looking like a savage. But then he doesn't have to do as much.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be that LeBron to be a great LeBron. And then we got this young 20-something-year-old that's just I love watching him play. I actually like watching him play, and I like them playing together.
I just have one.
That was even awesome.
Just one question. Are you sure it's the end of his career? Because I'm not sure.
I mean, towards the end, we have to be on the back nine of
He's
his career.
got Luka now. You can do this for another 5 years and be the second or third option. You can drop down to the third option in 4 years. You know what I mean? Right.
It's
and hang in there. You're not taking LeBron as your best third option? Sure you are.
About 2 years ago, I stopped saying we're at near the end. We are. I agree with you, Roland. That clearly just he's a human being.
It's the back nine. He's not paying 40 years. In the
but
NBA,
I don't think he's on the 18th fairway.
No,
I think he's somewhere on the 14th hole.
He just made the turn.
It's like he's past he's past the turn. He got his hot dog. He got his beer. So he's made the turn.
Right.
But you can't see the clubhouse from where he is.
No.
He's texting the wife ETAs now.
He's somewhere else saying, I got a few holes left.
face. You never know. I mean, I saw him up close, Roland, and when you see top flight athletes, they just look different.
Yeah.
The only thing that looks old, like about him, is his face. Everything else looks like a 25-year-old man.
Right.
You know what I mean? The only way you'd know how old he is if you look right in his face.
He's done an extraordinary job taking care of his body. But to our earlier point, the game has changed. Now, could that LeBron have lasted through the 80s and the Bad Boys? I mean, the Detroit Lions.
Getting hit? No.
No, like all the pain and the brutality of the NBA back then doesn't exist now.
John Sally told me the crux of the Jordan rules when he was in Detroit. If he's in the air, hit him.
Yeah.
That's the Jordan rules. If he gets in the air, hit the guy.
I agree with you, I think. But if there is somebody that could have stood up to it, I put my money on LeBron James just because of the way he's built. He's not slight. He is big. He's incredibly muscular, but he's also lean and athletic and supple. Like he's the perfect specimen.
That's a good word. Supple.
But when was the last time you saw him land like awkwardly? He's
a good athlete.
He's just incredibly graceful in what he does, and yet he's also a tank. You also can't knock him off his line. Like if anybody
that works
could have
both
survived,
ways. Like I mean, he's going to get hit harder, but he's going to also have a chance to hit you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, in a different era. So it works both ways. But yeah, I mean, great players can play it just about any era. Like Steph Curry could go back and be a sniper back then. Of course he could. Absolutely.
Yeah, those guys. Greatness is greatness. Take Magic now, perfect. Put Bird now, perfect. Go back the other way and take the great players of now. You take your pick, whether you want it to be Luka or LeBron or any of the great players. Jokic, those guys would have thrived back then too.
I don't think there's any player in the NBA that you would want on your team right now outside of Jokic, maybe, than Luka. For what the NBA is and where it's going and how young he is there anybody else out there?
There's two other possible answers.
Giannis?
Yes.
Jokic?
Yes.
And
one other one.
Who?
Wemby.
Oh, Wemby. Okay,
If they get the DVT thing,
that's big and big.
Figured out. But Wemby's 7'6", has got a handle, can shoot threes, and he's 7'6". That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now whether he can stay healthy or not, who knows? But
the
list is short.
Health is a big thing.
Big time.
Thus AD moving on. I understand.
And see, this is what gives me pause. Do you see what the Sixers are going through with Embiid?
Right.
He's out again.
Right.
So this is the thing about Luka getting in shape. And we said this yesterday. With the way he plays, he's going to have to get in better shape or he's going to wear himself out. And someone else said that the Mavs may have dumped him because they think in 5 years something catastrophic will happen to him. And then I start to think about what the Sixers are going through. That would suck with Luka. If he's healthy for half the season every year, that would absolutely suck. That's the downside.
It is, but look, Embiid is another guy that even before this most recent one, he's been hurt way more than he's been healthy. He came into the league hurt.
Yeah.
He was hurt through the early part of his career, and then he got healthy and was really good, but only kind of sort of. He's never gotten into the third round of the playoffs ever.
Wow.
Like Luka with the Mavs went to the finals last year with just him and Kyrie, basically. Those two guys just playing at a super high level. Like Luka already, other than the MVP that Embiid won, has achieved more in the NBA than Embiid ever did.
No doubt.
He's not as heavy. He's not 7'3", whatever Embiid is. Like the bigger you get, the more that stuff is difficult to overcome. That Embiid would be the worst case scenario like this, but he's not quite as far down the road as Embiid.
You think the light has come on for Luka? Like I know I think he knows he can play, and everyone knows that he can play. But the light coming on about taking care of yourself, taking it to the next level.
I want to say yes, but no, I don't.
You're surrounded by it here now.
Hello. That's the ticket right there. If you don't think they considered that, LeBron and his ability to make everybody around him better, and when the only thing that Luka's missing is being able to take care of his body, you're coming to the master,
should be the easiest thing,
the sensei of taking care of your body.
What's out in front of that Dallas stadium? Just dirt?
Counterpoint.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shaq and Kobe. Shaq was around Kobe. He didn't decide, hey, watch this. I'm going to get in shape like Kobe. I'm Shaq, dude. I'm going to go do Shaq things. And I'm good enough being Shaq. and you can all deal with me or not.
Personality differences.
But that's my point.
Completely different personalities.
Maybe Luka's more like Shaq. And he's like, look, I can get 30 a night like this.
But you're not 7 feet too.
No.
You know what I mean?
But he's getting 30, and he just hasn't done it once.
Yeah.
He's done it his entire career. He is one of those supremely talented guys that can do it without being a 10 out of 10 on fitness. He's still a 10 out of 10 basketball player.
Oh, no doubt.
Correct.
But I would make him do laps around crypto.
Yes.
See how those statues run by him.
I think
they
his
all have something in
personality-
common. Yes.
I think his personality is one that is open to grow. And in the 20s, didn't we all do some silly things in our 20s? I think he has plenty of room to grow. And he has the personality that seems like he respects LeBron and wants to learn from him.
I'm still doing silly things in my 50s, Roland.
Amen, brother.
Yes. I left my phone at the grocery store. Yeah.
Where'd you leave it?
On top of the self-checkout.
Oh,
I got
okay.
caught in a conversation. There's a dude, he's a shopper, and he's listening now. So we talk about stuff, we talk about you, and I got caught in the conversation.
What
put
did
the
he
phone
say about me? Let's get to the important
in a box
stuff.
of Twix, and I forgot him. Yeah, see?
In the box of Twix.
Right
Did you say
there,
Twix?
you know they sell the candy right there?
I'm
there's,
aware.
there's an open box of Twix, so I put it there and forgot about it. Yeah, left it there.
Now I feel like I'm talking with my oldest because he puts his stuff, like his keys, his phone, in the weirdest places. I'm like, of course, if you put it in a box of Twix, you're going to forget it. Like,
I
at
just
least put
finished
it
the
on the
walk.
counter in front of you.
I'm sloppy. I'm wet. I was just picking up some bananas, and I was trying to get out of there, and I couldn't put it in my pocket because my pocket's wet.
How
So
far?
Why are you wet?
He was
I'm sweating. I just finished the walk.
That's gross.
What were
What do you
you
mean? You
wearing?
guys don't sweat when you walk?
Not like that. Not drenched in sweat.
Okay, never mind.
We're good.
Gotcha.
We're
You know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had the phone here. I didn't want to put it in the pocket. So
Okay.
I put it down for a second, forgot
When you
about
went
it.
back to get it, did you at least pick up a Twix as a reward?
Nope. As soon as I walked in, the manager walked out, and I knew you'd come back.
Okay.
Yeah. Made me feel like an old
Did you have to
codger.
find my iPhone, or did you remember where you left it?
I went through everything, the car twice.
Of course.
Blamed my daughter 3 times. Like, you
Okay.
did. You took it. And then, like, the only place I went to the grocery store. Let me go look again. Oh, box of Twix. Bam.
Twix is pretty good.
There's the phone.
Twix is pretty good. Super Bowl champion Roland Williams in with us as well. Let's talk about whether or not Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady both liking skiing is a conspiracy. That's coming up next. It's Trav, DeMarco, and Roland, 710 ESPN. And before we do that, let's talk about PrizePicks as well. Put that PrizePicks app on your phone and have a great time watching basketball. That's what I'm going to do tonight. Not only am I going to be watching the Lakers and the Timberwolves, I'm going to have my PrizePicks going as well. It takes what you already love, sports, and makes it even more fun. So put the PrizePicks app on your phone, and then all you got to do is pick more or less, right? For instance, let's take a look at tonight's game. Jaden McDaniels for the Timberwolves. More or less than 25.5 points. I like that to be a little bit less. That's it. You pick 2 or more players, and you can win up to 1,000 times your money at PrizePicks. But you can't win if you don't play. So put the app on your phone, and when you do it, use the code 710 to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. You're going to love the game. You're going to love PrizePicks. Why not put both of them together? PrizePicks. Run your game.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland weekdays at noon.
It's important for Laker fans to understand this. If you listen to any national NBA expert, they will tell you the Lakers are not competing for a title this year. They will say that the Lakers are a year away. They've got to go through an offseason and go get a big man. They give the Lakers 0 chance. I'm telling you, and I'm around these guys all the time. They, the players and the coaching staff, absolutely don't believe that, and it is fueling them. It is if you put JJ Redick on a lie detector and you asked him, can you run through the West and go back to the NBA Finals and win a championship this year, he would say absolutely, and he would pass.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
So Mark Reel from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
really the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers' Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Michelle Smallman here. Are you dreaming of seeing your team draft their next superstar? Travel Wisconsin is sending 10 lucky fans and a guest to the draft in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Witness unforgettable moments and make memories that will last a lifetime. Don't miss out. Enter Travel Wisconsin's Dream Draft Sweepstakes. Visit travelwisconsin.com/draft to learn how you can win a trip to experience the biggest moment of the offseason. Epic moments that become lifelong memories are waiting to be discovered across Wisconsin. Terms and conditions apply.
Want a golf course quality lawn? It's easier and more affordable than you think with True Green. As the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, True Green brings pro-level expertise straight to your yard, so your lawn can look like a fairway. Sign up by March 10th and get one free application. Plus, you'll get True Green's price match guarantee. If you're not satisfied, True Green will revisit your lawn between scheduled visits to make it right. Visit TrueGreen.com today to get a free application. Offer ends March 10th. Restrictions apply.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
You're from over there, from over here. We're sitting in this hot tub together. What do you like to drink?
No.
See?
No.
No? Not at all? Come on.
No.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
DeMarco, do you ski?
You know, I've never actually been on a pair of skis.
Okay.
It voids our insurance. When you were a player?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Lloyds of London. Part of it, you can't ride a scooter because of those morons in Miami. Remember that? When they wrecked the scooters?
I do.
Scooters were outlawed.
Skiing is dangerous.
Yeah, and skis, no. And we had a no Corvette rule.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you haven't been a player for some time.
It never got around to it. I never got the taste for it.
Yeah.
I want a snowboard.
Okay.
That looks like fun.
Okay.
But yeah, it always looked like. Did you grow up skiing?
I've been skiing twice in my life. I'm not a skier.
Okay.
My family loves to ski. My 3 kids, my wife, all love to ski, and I sit in the lodge and read and drink.
Okay.
That's kind of my MO.
I think I don't have the knees for it.
Yeah,
I
don't have the athleticism for it.
Okay.
I don't have it. Roland, do you ski at all?
I used to ski. The knees stopped doing things like that in retirement. Shout out to like the music that comes in every time when we come on.
That's Laura.
Laura, that music is a vibe.
See?
Oh, I know. I'm a vibe.
Listen, it sounds so good. I'm like, shout out to the vibe here. I like that. But yeah, no skiing, retire. It's yoga.
Yeah.
Namaste. Water.
Pilates. They just told me.
Elliptical.
Parker does Pilates.
Have you done Pilates?
What's
it called? The regulator? What's the
Megaformer?
Megaformer?
The Megaformer is the one where you have that
reformer.
little
The Pilates uses the reformer, the thing with the pulleys and the ropes.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that, and then Megaformer is the one that's just the sliding board, and you do the lunges and stuff.
Have you tried it?
No, I told him, I said,
impossible.
lunges, when you do lunges, it gets all the way up in there, like your butt muscles. And he says, try Pilates. It's muscles you haven't used in that area, so I'm going to try it. Yeah. And Robert Horry said, try Pilates.
How often do you do yoga?
I try to do it at least 3 times a week.
Okay.
It's probably ideal. And now, since I'm listening to the 4-Hour Body.
Nice.
It's really like this whole thing. A bodybuilder has a great program called the Occam's Theory for lifting weights, and literally it's like lifting weights for like 25 minutes, and like that's it. 1 set to failure.
Oh yeah.
It's just
I used to do
nuanced.
that. 20 minutes to fitness. Yeah,
Listen.
it's a 20-minute workout, and it burns you up. Yeah.
Yes. And so I think it's about learning as the older we get. We got to be efficient.
Yeah.
Prize fighters.
So, like doing a bench press on a machine, but doing it for like 1 rep that takes a minute.
Yes.
With heavy weight.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
So it's an entire workout in 20 minutes. I mean, you're burnt when you leave that place. Yeah, it's crazy.
So the reason I was asking you guys about skiing is there's conflicting stories about Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford meeting up in a ski resort where they may or may not both have homes. It may or may not have been a coincidence. It may or may not have been where Brady was recruiting Stafford to come to the Las Vegas Raiders. And it got to the point where couple of reporters, Jordan Schultz and Ian Rappaport, got into a fight. Got into disagreement.
Is there a video?
There, not so far that I have seen, but it happened at a Starbucks, which ironic is because Jordan Schultz is the son of the guy that started Starbucks. Anyway, there's a lot of layers to it. And all of it would be easily kind of, in my opinion, brushed aside.
But why did they get in a fight?
Because here it is in broad strokes. Emily, correct me if I miss something. Jordan Schultz reported that Brady and Stafford basically secretly got together to try to talk about getting together in Las Vegas. And Rappaport was saying, look, that's not what this was. They just
they happened to be in the same place.
Happened
so
to be there
Rappaport
simultaneously.
poo-pooed the story.
Yes.
And let me tell you what Jordan Schultz then came back with in his own quote tweet of his own reporting. He says, if you really think Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford just happened to run into each other on a ski resort in Montana, of all places, at the exact same time, I've got a bridge to sell you, which is a direct shot at what Ian Rappaport was saying, which is it happenstance.
How does he know? How does Schultz know that for certain?
Well, I mean, he's not saying
sources.
He's saying this is what I'm reporting. This is what I know.
I know, but like, how do you know that?
Like, he's a reporter. So he's not. He's saying this is what.
Like, I don't believe this is not coinky-dink. This had to have happened on purpose.
Yes, which is
in his mind.
I don't know if it's in his mind. I can't get inside his mind.
Okay.
I'm saying this is what he reported.
Okay.
That's so however he got there, that's how he got there.
That's a good story. That gets your name in the paper. Yeah,
it does. But it also, here's why it made me go, Cabo.
Oh, him and Stafford.
Stafford
McVay
was coincidentally in the same spot at the same time with Sean McVay a few years ago, and then coincidentally shortly thereafter, Matthew Stafford was in Los Angeles as the quarterback of the Rams.
And these are all happening before the legal tampering period.
Right. There's circumstance, and there's serendipity, and there's coincidence, and then there's sometimes just, hey, let's get out ahead of this a little bit. Why don't you shoot over here?
Well,
and that's why I'm like, you have my attention.
I could care less about the two reporters fighting. Well, it's funny. I want to see the video.
I could care a lot about this. This is very interesting to me.
I want to see it. No, but the fact that Brady and Stafford are meeting, whether it's on purpose or not, is still scary to me. Yeah. I mean, the place that he goes, if it's not New York, if they don't do something stupid and trade that third pick, it looks like Vegas might be the perfect spot for him.
It's the only one that
here.
scares me. It's the only one that really scares me.
So I could care less about how or who on purpose or not. The fact that they're meeting and talking is scary.
If they hadn't had the Cabo thing a few years ago, this would be easily like, whatever.
It adds to it the fact that it is with Tom Brady, who may or may not have deflated balls, busted up cell phones, and done so many things during his career to win.
He bends the rules a little bit.
He bends the rules a smidge consistently and repeatedly throughout his career. So to combine all of those factors, sometime where there's smoke,
there's fire. Bends the rules.
Especially when a fire started the exact same way a few years ago. That's my, we were playing with matches over here and a fire started, and now you're at least maybe possibly playing with them over here.
Crazy. Look,
it's the only place, DeMarco, that really makes me go, uh-oh.
I know, and it's so funny, man. I mean, he's clearly the best quarterback you have on your roster. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yes.
I get it. He wants more money. It's hard, but it's really an easy choice, right? It's either you pay him or you don't. And how bad do you want to win?
Well, Stafford has a choice, too.
And you can't say he's not worth it. That's the thing.
He's not. I agree with you. Yeah. He is worth it. But there's a second choice. The Rams have a choice to make. We can either pay you what you're asking for or not, or negotiate a lower price, hopefully.
Right.
But Stafford's got a choice, too, that I can meet them, maybe not halfway, more towards my side than their side, but I can do a little bit less than exactly what I want and stay in a place that is very fond of me. We're a very good team. I got the right coach. We went to the playoffs. We give the Eagles a push, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
Or I can go to a new place and see what happens.
And it's exciting, and it's changing. They're getting better. They have Pete Carroll. They have Chip Kelly.
All of those things.
No, those things sound good. And as someone who actually played for the Raiders, I love where they're headed. I think they're going in a direction that makes common sense. I think Tom Brady's what an interesting choice for a minority owner. But if you're going to have one, he's a great consultant / owner.
You
but
think?
my thing is when I put myself in Stafford's shoes for a second. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're extremely wealthy already.
360 million.
You have family members, a wife, children who are being indoctrinated into, been a part of the LA community. They're in school. It's all love. You won a Super Bowl here.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't the same energy in Vegas.
No.
And so I just think that there's a point where I hope that Stafford can consider the value. You're making a lot of money, brother. I heard well invested, super smart guy. It's like, really? Is it really worth a few more bucks?
I think he's more about that. I really do. I think he's about the legacy.
That.
Yeah.
Define that.
The legacy, the history. Like, you won a Super Bowl here. You matter here. Money's good, but
guys, I'm so happy to hear you both saying
yes.
this. I really,
I
truly
pray
am.
that that's where his mind is, and he showed it last year. He didn't have to stay last year.
Why would you burn up that currency?
Roland, I agree with you. And this is why, while the Raiders do make me go, uh-oh, at the end of the day, I think this is going to work out for exactly what you just said, which is, what am I leaving for exactly? Is it literally a little bit more money and a new adventure, or can I stay where I'm incredibly appreciated, we're really good, I've got a great coach, and we've got a chance. They're not going to be the favorite to win the Super Bowl, but they're not.
They're in the mix.
They're in the mix.
We weren't the favorite this past year.
Right. But they got pretty darn close.
A few plays away from knocking off the Super Bowl champions.
And there hasn't been one moment in Matthew Stafford's career that I'm aware of where he felt like the only thing that mattered to him was money. Like, he's a competitive guy.
But here's what does matter to him. What matters to him is feeling a spirit of respect.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a conversation last year, and he bit the bullet and showed he was a real professional, even though he didn't get what he asked for. And he balled out. And he carried the franchise. And so to come back this time.
But that's the other side. I mean,
you got.
How much has he been paid since he's been here? It's like top 3. It's not like you've been playing for nothing.
Correct.
So,
and I think now it's about saying the NFL has evolved and changed. And I think it's just up to the Rams to make a decision to say it's okay to bend a little bit in your favor, and this time around. And maybe it's a short-term deal. Maybe it's a shorter deal. Maybe that's the. But I think it's about finding commonality. And a lot of people have had, and we've of course we're Super Bowl champions. We've played. We've been a part. And I think every franchise. Don't you? We always wish we made more from our team and deserve. I mean, we understand that's the NFL, but I just think that in his position, being a quarterback, young team, and he's like the guy.
Yeah.
I just think that he's done more than earned it, and I don't know who you go to if he's gone.
That's the other thing. I would bet it's Garoppolo because he's here. You don't have to change much. He knows the offense. Or the other guy is Aaron Rodgers.
So I want to answer
no
the question.
Disrespect to either one of those guys.
They're not Stafford.
No, those two guys together aren't Stafford at this point. To answer your question, DeMarco,
sir,
he's made $144 million in Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's made a ton.
That's a lot.
But it's like LeBron. And you had the list of the top 10 athletes in LA. Are you going to tell me any one of those guys on that list is not worth the price? They're very good.
Yeah.
You have a better chance of winning when they're on your team.
100%.
That costs money.
Mm-hmm.
So cooler heads must prevail.
They got to pay him, but they don't. He doesn't have to get the last dime out of the deal for it to be a good deal for him.
True. Right. Now, when you're, like you said, clearly there's more behind than in front. Get as much as you can on the way out the door. Get your value.
If you'd never made the money, but he's made $360 million.
And you could point, look, if you don't have the dough to pay me, you could point at some of your,
He's made $300.
I know.
I get it. We all want as much as we can get.
Yeah.
That's just, but at some point, and I'm just making up numbers here, is 55 over there better than 50 here?
No.
Does it really matter?
Not to me.
Is 55 over there better than 46 over here?
If you don't have it in the bank, yes. If you do,
that's what I'm getting
not
at.
so much.
But is it better to say I'm better than Trevor Lawrence? And I like that, and it proves to me with money that I'm better than Trevor Lawrence.
That's the ego part, and that's the X factor right there. It's the feeling. It's the feeling and the emotion behind it. And
that bum is making more than me.
And as a player, I must admit, as a player, that was something that was a driver. I compared my value to other. It was about people, not the actual dynamic happening on that franchise. The reason I was the highest paid tight end that year for the rate, that had a lot to do with salary cap issues, opportunity that just presented itself in that season. It had nothing to do with me as a person, but I know every tight end that saw Roland get that contract with the Raiders, they was like, what in the world? He got 6 for what? And 2 million? What in the world? Back then, this was big. This was a big deal back then. Like 6 for 12 with $2 million up front.
Hilarious.
I was like, wow.
Let's go.
And like,
he got what?
Wow.
All right.
I think that's how it is.
We got the Far Side plus Super Bowl champion Roland Williams. You can contribute to the Far Side as well. It's coming up next. It's Trav DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
That's fine. You glaze Tom Brady every day.
Well, wait a second. No, I don't. Hold on a second. I'm not accepting that from you, and here's why.
Why is that?
Because I'm not so sure I understand what glazing means yet. Now, when I find out and I understand truly what glazing means, then I may say
it's just to praise someone, to compliment them regularly.
That's it.
Like
There's nothing more to it than that. That just glazing.
Why are you glazing this guy so much?
Over complimenting almost.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would say that I probably glazed Tom Brady a little bit.
You definitely do.
Okay. Well, here.
There's nothing wrong with it, but you do.
The act of sucking up to someone, glazing, the act of sucking up to someone. Okay, but, I accept that I glazed Tom Brady. Do you guys accept that you guys both glaze LeBron?
I don't.
Come on.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Neil Young and the Chrome Hearts Love Earth Tour. September 15th at Hollywood Bowl.
Somewhere on a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson.
Don't miss Neil Young and the Chrome Hearts. On sale Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LEARN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LEARN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LEARN.
You unlock this door with a key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into the land of shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've crossed over into the far side.
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far side.
Go.
It is the middle ground between light and shadow.
Do you know what helped?
4 or 5 hour ride.
I jumped in the ocean. It helped.
Between science and superstition.
I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel quick. I gotta feel fast. I want to feel naked out there.
And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. The far side.
You know what I need, Roland? I need a pair of grays. I'm going to start wearing grays to work.
Please don't. I know what that means.
No draws, just grays. Maybe put a blazer on, that type of stuff. So this is two things. You were on the Super Bowl team that lost to the Patriots, right?
We lost to the Buccaneers.
No, with the Rams.
No, I was off to the Raiders by
You were
then.
off to the Raiders by then.
Off
okay.
to the Raiders.
So you didn't get to Spygate. That wasn't you.
No, we were actually in, remember the Tuck Rule game?
Yeah, Tuck Rule is
That
you.
was us.
You were on that team.
Yes, and just for the record, at the end of the game, we're all coming to the middle, and Tom shook everybody's hand and was like, I fumbled.
He told you guys that?
Yeah.
No way.
Yep, and that's why Charles Woodson in the post-game press conference, you go back and
Wow.
watch that now, why he was going crazy and mad, two Michigan guys, and I respected Tom. He was like, no, I fumbled. Good game, guys. And I respected that. So shout out to Tom. He went off and kept winning, and we missed the chance to see the Rams in the Super Bowl, which would have been my dream.
Wow.
That would have been my dream
Revenge
to lead the
tour?
Rams, come
Revenge
back.
tour.
Oh, my goodness gracious almighty.
What was it like to be in Oakland at that time?
I thought it was great. I played. It was Coach Gruden was our coach.
Oh, yeah.
My first year there, and he was like playing for your big brother. He was
Okay.
hilarious. He was engaging. He let you know how attractive he was. It was so funny.
He let you know how attractive he was.
He was like, no, he was.
How do you say that to a team? I'm sexy?
No, literally, he was like voted sexiest man alive by
Yes.
like People magazine or something
remember
like
this.
during that time.
Yeah.
And so we come into the team meeting room, and boom, up on the screen.
Sexiest man alive. See? Lean into it.
I said, man, so it's great.
What about his career arc? I wonder if he can dig his way out of this because he's kind of a persona non grata right now in the NFL.
I think that he deserves an opportunity to coach in the NFL. But my thing is that we're getting older.
Yeah.
The type of kid that people play for, it's changing.
Yeah.
And that's my only thing about Pete Carroll. He's a great guy. But he always had a younger attitude. So he's older but younger, because he was always more like trying to be like a player's coach kind of guy. Back before it was cool. USC had Snoop Dogg and everything. He was always trying to be cool.
I think Pete knows what's hip.
Yeah,
I think Gruden is.
He's got that weird, like I think you're right, DeMarco, that Pete Carroll knows actually what is cool,
And
but
likes
doesn't
it.
try to.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I get it, I know it. Gruden's a little out of step.
Yes.
You ever see it's basketball sometimes when the coach dances and the team loves it because he's so offbeat?
Exactly.
But I think Pete dances and he's on beat.
Pete's the grandpa that actually is cool.
Yeah.
Gruden's the grandpa that's trying to be cool.
What is
isn't
that?
Cool.
Or what is that? Turn that off. This ain't music. This is music.
Right.
And turns the whole room
Right.
off and doesn't know it. But I just wonder what his legacy is going to be.
He loves the game.
Yeah.
He gave all he had to it. We're all human in my mind. And I think that, again, the game is changing, but he's good enough to coach. It's just about finding the right place for him.
The other guy that I think is good enough to coach, and there's no reason he should be on the shelf, is Mike Martz. That's another. Are you out on Martz? You are.
No.
You gave me the look because there's a lot of guys that might be out on Martz.
No.
I came back around. Martz is the guy that cut me.
No,
came back around.
Here's the thing. Being a NFL head coach, Dick Vermeil came and left as head coach. Like you have to learn the lessons from the journey. And so I think that he's an extraordinary coordinator. Coming to be a head coach is a whole different thing in the NFL. You got to be more of a manager of people, of personnel, and that kind of thing. And I think that Coach Marks probably learned from that first experience. I think he'll be fine.
I wonder.
He's been out of it for a while.
I mean, there was talks about him coming back. This is when the Rams were in St. Louis and being Fisher's OC, and it never worked out. I don't think they could come to an agreement on who was going to run what. Like the ego is still there.
I bet I could.
We beat them in the Super Bowl.
Of
So
course,
I
that's
think
a bad mix.
You'll never get over.
That's a bad mix, and that's the thing where I circle this all the way back around to what's going on now. And the guy that we're not talking about enough with this whole Stafford thing is Sean McVay. You've met the guy.
Yep.
You've seen how he runs his program,
Love him.
that environment, that culture.
Love him.
That took so long for us to build.
Yes.
They've
Outstanding.
maintained that for years.
Outstanding.
So if you are Matthew Stafford and you are considering leaving that and going to a place that's building culture, oh my God.
Don't leave that.
Right.
This is why
that's painful building culture.
The Rams have some leverage in this. They don't have as much as Stafford does, but they have some, and it's exactly what you just said, which is, look, we would much rather have you than not have you. We love you. You're our best option here, but we're not dead in the water without you either. We have a special coach that has done it with other people as well, and we will live to fight another day. We'd rather do it with you.
We're
but
at the combine, right?
Don't put us in a position where we have to say no.
We're at the combine right now, right? So, it's what the combine is like. People go out, you hear a bunch of stuff. I think we're a few days away from somebody telling the truth about what you just said. If you want to be here, be here. If you don't, we'll move on with this dude.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens.
Of course it does.
And it happens to everybody, and it's just hopefully it doesn't happen yet.
And look, I hope you blink
I
and
hope
realize.
it doesn't happen yet.
Right.
Not yet. Not yet.
Do a 2-year deal. Come on.
It's been respectful. And I said this about Stafford. This is cool for him because outside of being the first pick in the draft, he's never really got his flowers. Aaron Rodgers was always the MVP.
Yeah,
he won a Super
got
Bowl.
Him when he won the Super Bowl.
He won a Super Bowl here, but Kupp was the MVP.
Yeah, but it wasn't that he was along for the ride.
No.
He was spectacular in that.
But the whole league is talking about him. So get your flowers. Yes.
And his ski trip.
Which
may or may not have been a coincidence. All right, Lakers got the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. Their second game of 3 and 4 nights and another big-time litmus test. That's coming up next. Roland Williams here as well. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon.
It's important for Laker fans to understand this. If you listen to any national NBA expert, they will tell you the Lakers are not competing for a title this year. They will say that the Lakers are a year away. They've got to go through an offseason and go get a big man. They give the Lakers zero chance. I'm telling you, and I'm around these guys all the time. They, the players and the coaching staff, absolutely don't believe that, and it is fueling them. It is if you put JJ Redick on a lie detector and you asked him, can you run through the West and go back to the NBA Finals and win a championship this year? He would say absolutely, and he would pass.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. When you get into an auto collision and damage your vehicle, there's only one spot for you to call. That's my guy Leo at Active Collision. Experienced paint and body technicians will make your car look like it's brand new. You get a free estimate when you call 626-330-0100. They work with all insurance companies. Mention 710 and you get 50% off your insurance deductible. Call 626-330-0100, 626-330-0100, or visit activecollisionrepair.com.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Sing it. Yo, let's do this.
This a good vibe for you, Roland?
A vibe.
What is this? What is this?
Yeah. Come on now.
Miami?
Come on.
I did it again, too, by the way, DeMarco.
What'd you do?
I called him Roland instead of Super Bowl champion Roland Williams.
It's okay. We're working on it.
He's keeping score. He's keeping score.
All right.
The orange.
When do I earn the right? And the answer is, by the way, you're not going to hurt my feelings if it's never.
It's never.
Okay, then I won't even finish the question.
It's like
to address
Dr.
him
Oz,
as Roland.
Dr. J. You don't be like, J. Oz.
Julius. Mehmet.
It's like, no.
Or like Sir, like if he's been knighted.
Yes, Sir Roland Williams, Super Bowl champion.
Yes, sir.
All right, look, I just need to know my where I fall into the pecking order here.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's a big deal. Bro, every year that goes by, like I can't believe it was 25 years. 25 years ago, we became champions. It's weird.
I was like, 25 years? What do you say?
Just became champions, top of the world. What were you doing during that last drive?
We were focusing on going back out to score because we thought that they might score, so we had to prepare. We was looking at clips and talking our game plan.
When did you realize that there just wasn't enough time to do what you just said?
So we're on the sideline looking and talking and discussing plays, and then we looked up, and it sort of seemed sort of weird because there was like nothing happening, and some of our guys' hands was going up, and we like, what's going on over there?
Game over. You guys were on the bench. Yeah. Okay, I got you.
You guys were on the field.
The offense is You were as far away from us. Oh, the other side of the bench. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
You were doing a good job of stopping the Titans from scoring.
No, we weren't. We weren't doing a good. I mean, from scoring,
slowing
yes,
them. Yes,
yeah, but stopping them, no. I keep telling people that they had the ball for. Our offense had the football in the second half for like less than 8 minutes. We were out there against the Titans for the entire second half, and we just could not get them off the field.
That's crazy.
It's
not just like it was Steve McNair and Eddie George. Those are two handfuls.
And Bruce Matthews.
Yes,
and Frank Wycheck. I mean, they had some people. Remember when Joe Frazier came and spoke to us?
I did.
And let that Gus go alone. But he was talking about what it was like to fight Ali, and he said it was the closest he felt he'd come to death.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard that, and you kind of hear it and dismiss it. The last couple plays of the Super Bowl, I get it, bro. I was gone. There was no sweat left in me.
You're coming out now?
Right. Yes. I can't breathe.
Yeah. What do you want from me? Yes. The answer is yes. Call me whatever you want.
Yes.
I'm coming out now.
Score slower.
All right. Lakers Live is back tonight at LA Live before the Lakers T-Wolves at Crypto.com. Starting at 4:30, you can find the ESPN LA Street Team for a chance to win prizes and learn more about our Lakers Gafote contest. That's tonight at Chickern Court for Lakers Live. Of course, Lakers and Timberwolves tonight.
Man. So that's how I would sell it if I'm the NBA. You got Luka versus Ant tonight. That's going to be a show.
Sure. They're both great players.
Yeah.
I think if I'm the NBA, and I'll go back to David Stern
yes.
saying, what's your dream matchup in the NBA Finals? And his answer was the Lakers against the Lakers.
Yes.
It's just that the Lakers are the crown jewel of the NBA and have been for a very long time. Ant versus Luka is a great matchup for sure. But I think every Laker game moving forward are the Lakers good enough to win a title? And how do they look against a good team in Minnesota? How do they look against another great player in Anthony Edwards? How do they look relative to how did Denver look last night? And how did Houston look last night? How did Memphis look last night? Because they're back in the 5 just because they haven't played for a day or so. But they're only 2 games out of the 2. Right? And if they can get to the 2, which I think is fascinating over the last month and a half of the season or so, they get to skip one of those 2 huge teams. They will only have to beat either OKC or Denver as opposing to have to beat OKC and Denver.
Right.
I think that's the story moving forward from now through the end of the line is can they find a way to get to that 2?
Well, I don't worry about the scoring side of it. I think they've got that figured out. And the defense has been inspiring. It's kind of changed what you thought because they started out bad on defense. And now they're terrible on defense. And now they're one of the best defensive units in the NBA. But who do you got coming out of the East when you talk about can they win a championship? I got Boston and Cleveland, and that's it.
Yeah, those are the 2 best teams by a pretty wide margin.
Okay.
Maybe
the Knicks.
Don't forget about that's what I was just getting ready to say. Don't forget about the Knicks.
Throw them in there. But
don't forget
one other I'll throw in there, although it would be a surprise, is the Bucks because they got Giannis.
Fair.
That if Giannis just went
player.
bananas, I wouldn't be stunned.
And Roland, you know this. Oh, sorry, Super Bowl champion Roland, you know this. That that Thibodeau. That's the coach of the Knicks, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He will wear the crap out of his team by the time they get to the finals. And so if they got to the finals, they will likely lose because they couldn't play the entire game. They'll be gassed.
But out west, what do you got? You got OKC, you got Denver, and then it's the Lakers.
I think so.
Right now.
It's the Lakers. And by the way, it's the Lakers because I'm not at the place where I'm ready to say Lakers and then Luka. No, this is Lakers and LeBron and Luka. Luka still is Robin to me. There is no decrowning the king yet. Not quite yet. Although he may change his role, he's still the king. LeBron James, this is his league, this is his team, and he and Luka are going to win.
What's a better succession, king and prince?
Yeah, but that's the
king
order
and prince.
of ascension.
King and prince.
This is our future king here.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
But he's
I
not
get
the king yet. So he replaces Bronny as the prince.
Oh, come on, man.
Well, watching them, right? Last night up close.
Bronny's stop. I just can't let that go by. We can't do that. Just, Roland, I respect you. I like you, but stop. Stop.
Is he trying to shoehorn Bronny in there?
Yes.
No, what I did was say that there's a genetic connection between
if you're
my
talking
son.
bloodline.
It's bloodline. It's my bloodline.
I wasn't talking about real
I'm
succession.
talking as my dad.
Yes,
I'm a father of 3 sons, so I
Yes.
can never forget my real bloodline, which is what a king to prince is, guys. By the way, we were talking bloodline, so we threw that in there.
Look,
but I'm just saying,
if this were the royal family, you would be right.
Right.
But this is a basketball
or
team.
the mafia.
Basketball, we can put him in there as a prince as opposed to being a subject of the court.
While there, if they could block out the noise, this team actually has a chance to gel. But the problem is we keep talking about it. Exactly what he's saying. Like it's LeBron's team, it's Luka's team. It's both. They're both on the Lakers. But the more we talk about it, the more of a problem it will be.
I don't think that's true.
Well, it's a natural progression.
Yeah.
And I think they're both kingdoms understand that.
Their kingdoms, though, are friendly kingdoms. They're not rival. They're not rival kingdoms. These are allies in trying to take over every other kingdom.
World conquest.
And this will be one of. I think it was a perfect example of what we saw on Tuesday night when they played the Mavs, which is Luka was really good. He had a triple-double, but LeBron won the game in the fourth quarter. LeBron took over and was the best player on the court for the fourth
14
quarter.
points?
16 points in the fourth quarter. Wow. And by the way, when Luka was missing shots, LeBron was cleaning it up. LeBron was initiating offense. LeBron was finishing at the rim. LeBron was playing great defense. That it's one of those, who's got the hot hand, who's having a better night. That's the guy that's the king for the night.
Well, it seemed like I saw something even deeper, and this was good. And there was a moment where, because you got two super smart players, and they do what we had to do on offense in the NFL is take what the defense gives you. There was a moment where they're on the left wing. LeBron passes it down to Luka in the post. Luka passes it back to LeBron. But then while he does that, he gets more real estate. Reposition. It goes back. It gets back. It went back down. And he waited. He held it to the double team, went right
Smart
back out.
basketball.
I said, that was as brilliant a basketball.
And
high IQ.
The end result of that sequence that you're talking about, LeBron was wide open behind the three-point line, and he buried the shot.
Yes.
I'm like,
for 5 minutes open. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to go back to Luka. You have to double him there.
It's incredible.
Because he repositioned. That's going to be a bucket.
There are moments where, and I think that is a great example of it, you saw the pass to Reeves behind the back in traffic, that Luka has gotten so many guys easy dunks or layups near the hoop that you're just like, oh my gosh. Again, keep in mind, he's only played, what has he played, 5 games?
Right. But that's who he is as a player, and that's why LeBron was such a big fan of his. I mean, you go back and if you listen to every soundbite that LeBron James is ever speaking on Luka, it's nothing but adornment.
Yes.
He loves his game, and vice versa. Luka grew up watching LeBron. He's a big European version of LeBron.
There was, I don't know if this was early in Luka's career, so this is probably 4 or 5, maybe even 6 years ago, that the Lakers were playing in Dallas, and Luka, I think it was Luka's second or third year in the league. We knew Luka was good, but it was still like, how good, right? And there's a stoppage of play, and Luka and LeBron are lined up next to each other in the lane, right? Somebody else is shooting foul shots, and they're next to each other in the lane. And LeBron's kind of, they're catching their breath, and LeBron kind of gives Luka a little elbow, And Luka kind of looks over at him, and LeBron says, "You're a bad blanker." And you could see Luka kind of goes, like, yeah, basically, A, thank you, and B, I know. Like,
I know.
I'm aware of who I am. I know that you are who you are, but I get it too.
That's that backhand compliment.
And putting those guys together, it's just this, I'll use an extreme example. When they made the trade for Russell Westbrook, and this isn't just because I hated it from the beginning, which I did, it's like, are we sure about this? Like, those two pieces don't look like they fit great together. These two pieces fit perfectly together.
Yeah, so far.
They fit perfectly together. And I think LeBron wants to win. I think Luka's got something to prove. And both of those things lead to the same place.
Championship is on the table.
For sure.
It's on the table. That's a real thing, whether you want to believe that or not. And if you don't believe that, you're just a hater. Yeah.
Can we give a shout-out to this first-year head coach?
JJ.
That has gone through so much ridicule, so much everything, to be going through this process and being trusted with this movement. He's an intellectual coach with an intellectual star and an intellectual prince.
Yes.
This fits with who they want to be.
Oh, no doubt. And you also got the most help of anybody in the league.
Right. I'm like,
you got LeBron and Luka.
Yeah. This is great. This is great.
Don't mess this up.
Roland, Super Bowl champion, Roland Williams. You bring up a very good point. Let's talk about that coming up. JJ Redick's role in this and how the Lakers did catch a little bit of a break that he's actually here in the first place. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Roland, write this phone. Super Bowl champion Roland Williams. Write this number down. 213-747-2000. That's the number of mine and DeMarco's pal, Joseph S. Normand.
Wrecks, accidents can be devastating, and the recovery process can take a while. I know some people that are still out of work. Really, it takes a long time. Pallets falling on your head, car accidents, whatever. Look, no insurance company is ever on your side. Anything you say to any insurance company can and will be used against you at any point throughout the process. Make sure you call Joe first to get your options.
The insurance company's number one priority is the insurance company. Joseph S. Normand's number one priority is to get you the most that he can, is to make sure that you get what you're entitled to make sure that the insurance company doesn't take advantage of you and your inexperience and your lack of expertise in this area. He's going to make sure that they do what they're supposed to do and they can do, not just what they think they can get away with.
Have a bulldog in your corner. I mean, look, make sure you have Joe out in front of this thing. If anything happens to you, call this number, 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000 or NormandLegal.com.
And make sure they know that Travis DeMarco sent you in.
Yeah.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason and Ireland, weekdays at noon.
It's important for Laker fans to understand this. If you listen to any national NBA expert, they will tell you the Lakers are not competing for a title this year. They will say that the Lakers are a year away. They've got to go through an offseason and go get a big man. They give the Lakers zero chance. I'm telling you, and I'm around these guys all the time. They, the players and the coaching staff, absolutely don't believe that, and it is fueling them. It is if you put JJ Redick on a lie detector and you asked him, can you run through the West and go back to the NBA Finals and win a championship this year, he would say absolutely, and he would pass.
Steve Mason and John Ireland, today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
This is The Doctor in the Dugout with Dr. Alan Beyer, presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
I'm often asked about people who suffer their first back injury, think they've pulled a muscle in their back, and they don't stretch enough as far as their back is concerned. So when do you seek care from a doctor when you've sustained a back injury? At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we like to tell people that the most important thing is to watch and see if that back pain is radiating down your leg, causing any numbness, causing any weakness, or any bowel or bladder dysfunction. These are surgical problems usually and require a more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Neil Young,
Live at the Hollywood Bowl September 15th. Tickets go on sale this Friday, but you can win yours before they even drop. This Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA, we're hooking up listeners with 4 pairs of tickets to see the legendary Neil Young take the stage. Tune in Thursday for your cue to call and win. Neil Young, September 15th, Hollywood Bowl. Presented by Live Nation. Don't miss it.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Ooh, got a dash light on? The AutoZone free Fix Finder service can read your check engine, ABS, and other warning lights to help you find the fix. You'll get an easy-to-read report with clear next steps. And we can recommend a trusted local shop if you need one. It's the most complete free warning light report backed by technician-verified fixes. The free Fix Finder service with shop referral. Only at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
But
So, I think there's a but. I think there's a but, but not a big but. It's a little narrow but.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
All right, guys. We got a last man standing for you all.
Let's go.
Okay,
Hold
I
on.
saw this yesterday. We were talking about Matthew Stafford and his career earnings. So, Roland, the way we play this is I have a list of
Super Bowl
things.
champion Roland Williams.
Super Bowl champion Roland Williams. I have a list of things, and we go around the room and list something that we think lands on this list. And if you get it wrong, you're out of the game. And the last person to have said something that lands on the list is the winner. It's very simple. Like if I'm just going to say, name cereal boxes or cereal brands, we'll go around until someone can't name one, basically.
Okay.
So that's what this is. So I have a list of the 23 players with the highest career earnings in the NFL.
Highest career earnings. The guys that have made the most money in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the totality of their career.
Okay.
All right. And, so I think we'll start from there. And I want to start with DeMarco.
Stafford.
Stafford is on there. He is number 2. Laura.
Currently right now?
It is all-time career earners.
Sure.
They don't all have to be playing right now.
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott is on the list.
Good
He is
call.
number 10 all-time. Travis.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is number 1 all-time. Roland.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is number 3. DeMarco.
Gosh. Odell?
Odell is not on the
Oh my
list.
God, I'm out already.
Wow.
Oh my God. I'm out
You got
already.
out pretty
Oh
early
my
on this
God, that's
one.
quick.
Okay. All right, Laura.
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald is also not on this
Oh my
list.
God,
Was
wow.
it QBs? Did I
No,
miss that? Okay,
it's
okay.
top earnings, but
Okay.
I
It's all
will
going to be quarterbacks.
give you a hint.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of quarterbacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, it's just Travis and Roland now. So
Yeah.
Travis.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes is on the list, but barely at 21.
Barely on the list. Okay.
Roland, Super Bowl champion Roland Williams.
Lamar Jackson.
Oh.
Wow, y'all got out of this pretty quickly.
fast.
Travis wins.
I win.
Nice.
I only had to
And-
get 2 right.
A dub.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you weren't playing against me, so you have the opportunity to win.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right, so I'm just going to give you guys the top 10, okay?
Yeah.
So top 10 are, number 1, Aaron Rodgers, and also think of it as QBs that played for a long time.
Right.
Number
Manning's
1,
got to be on there.
That is a good one. Yep.
Aaron Rodgers. 2, Stafford. 3, Tom Brady. 4, Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
5, Russell Wilson.
Yep.
6, Kirk Cousins. 7, Drew Brees. 8, Ben Roethlisberger. 9, Peyton Manning. 10, Dak Prescott. And let me
Okay.
tell you the highest paid
One of
non-quarterback.
these things do not belong.
Career earnings.
Yeah.
At 14, just guess. Who do you think it is?
At 14?
14
Is it
career earnings.
offensive or defensive player?
Offensive.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You had to think about it?
I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
I'm
offensive,
thinking about an old lineman.
That's what I was thinking too, Ron.
Right. It's like Orlando Pace.
No.
Not he was too long ago.
He's still playing.
Jason Peters?
Still playing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Is it a wide receiver?
It may not be an O-lineman.
It's an offensive lineman.
Is it an O-lineman?
Mm-hmm.
It is an O-lineman. Oh, Zach Martin.
Mm-mm. He just retired too.
Joe Thomas?
He's out. He's
Nope.
out. Who is it?
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams.
Trent Williams.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Von Miller is also on this list at 18, and Larry Fitzgerald at 20, and then the rest of quarterbacks.
The point is, Matthew Stafford is number 2 all time.
Yep.
See, this is how. What are we doing here? Come on, you're not going to win this, bro.
Can we go back to something real quick that I found very amusing? When Emily read Kirk Cousins' names, both of you burst out in laughter.
It just happens sometimes.
That was
man.
an awesome list. What a cool game, man. What a great game. That was good. That was good.
You don't have to be great. You just don't have to be horrible, and you hit at the right time.
You got to be available when it's your turn. The numbers need to be crazy.
And longevity.
And
Everybody on this list that is on here has played for a long
think about
time.
it. Cousins got tagged twice,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And so if you get tagged, you're in the top 3 or 4, right? So automatically you're making – quarterbacks make the most. You're making the most of the quarterbacks for at least 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Good deal in Minnesota. Crazy deal in Atlanta.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not too good to cut and not good enough to win.
We were talking about it yesterday. Who were we? Oh, Geno Smith.
Yeah.
We were talking about Geno Smith yesterday. Trying to Geno is the line, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of Cousins
was
is the
in that
line
group.
for
Yes.
a while.
In
He's
that
not the
same
line
group.
anymore.
Yeah.
And Matt Ryan, we don't talk a lot about at all. That's the one career you may forget.
If he went to a different franchise, it would have been a whole different story.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed, though, just so for the record, Jared Goff is at 13, above Trent Williams.
As far as money?
Career
earnings. Yeah. Correct. Above Patrick Mahomes.
Wow.
Above Josh Allen.
Crazy.
Now, Josh Allen's not on the list.
His turn.
Not yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not yet. Yeah.
Do you guys see this story from the Combine yesterday about Abdul Carter?
Read something, the pass
Foot.
rusher.
He was
his
a potential
foot-
number 1 overall pick.
He was in the mix for the 1 of 1, right? And now he has a foot injury, and his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said it's nothing. It's not going to be a big deal. He's still going to be drafted where he's supposed to be drafted. But they're releasing, and not releasing his medicals, but his camp is saying, we've been told by doctors not to have it surgically repaired, just to let it heal, and everything's going to be fine. So now, right before the Combine, right before the draft, all of this stuff, a guy that could be number 1 has at least a question mark
Something
next to
out
his
there.
name.
Is it a stress fracture?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, those heal.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's listed as a stress reaction.
Stress reaction. Yeah, those heal. That
and
would not stop me from drafting
It would not.
him. No.
Right.
You drafted Todd Gurley with a blown knee.
Okay.
If the talent's there, it's there.
Will he go top 5?
If you're in the market for a pass rusher, that's the best one in the draft. And a stress fracture in his foot would not stop me from drafting him.
Weird stuff. So, weird's the wrong word. Stuff. Let's just call it stuff. Has guys drop all the time. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's baloney, and more often than not, it's why didn't I take him anyway? Think about Dan Marino, right? Remember there were weird drug rumors about Dan Marino. They weren't true, but they were out there, and all of a sudden, Dan Marino, who might be the greatest quarterback ever, drops. Warren Sapp drops. Guys drop for reasons that...
Who's the guy that had the gas mask?
that was...
Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah, Laramie Tunsil.
Right?
Yeah.
And, okay, I don't mean to blow anybody's
Why
mind
would
here.
you do that? Yeah.
Sometimes guys like to get high.
But why would you put it on video?
I know it was dumb
In a
to put it
gas
on
mask.
video, but my point is this. If I just said to you, hey, occasionally I like to smoke a joint. All right, whatever. But if now I'm on a gas mask video, you're off my draft board, that's crazy to me.
Chances are they already know you smoke.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
you're doing it. It's about the fans. It's about people buying your jerseys. It's about, if the NFL is more than you being a great football player, it's also about you being a marketable brand that they can build on. So that matters.
If you pass on him for a foot and
That's-
somebody else gets
Don't
him,
do that,
Oh
though.
my God.
that's the crazy part.
Yes.
Look, maybe they weren't going to take him anyway, but if, let's say, instead of being 1 or 2 or 3, he falls to 7, 8, or 9. Okay, just theoretically.
Yeah.
And the other 6 or 7 teams that skipped him because, hey, that foot really gave us and he turns in to be a great player.
Oh, yeah.
This is one of those things you don't live down.
I think of Vlade and Luka. Didn't Vlade Divac have a chance to draft Luka and he passed?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you never recover from that when they turn out to be great.
No,
But this, if it's a knee, shoulder, okay. A foot, you can recover. You're fine. Yeah.
It's tricky. I would take him too. I'm with you guys, but when I'm going to go that high, I would like as few unknowns as possible, and your health being at least sort of quasi unknown, would give me a half. I think I'd take him anyway. But you're
not playing in April. Remember that.
Player B is 100% healthy. Player A is mostly healthy.
Tennessee does not need a quarterback, right?
Yes, they do. They got Will Levis as their quarterback.
I think they're going to stay with him.
Okay, they still need a quarterback.
I know.
They may be doing the stupid thing, but it's still the stupid thing. What's the name of that book? They should send a copy to Nashville. Send a road less stupid to Nashville. Yeah.
They got Travis Hunter going to New England.
Okay.
And Cam Ward being the first quarterback off the board, and then Shedeur Sanders going to New York. And that's Matthew Stafford moving around
stuff is very ethereal at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just where you put Hunter first, or do you take him first, or you take the pass rusher? Then the quarterbacks come off.
I don't know if there's anybody in this draft that you look at and say, okay, that's a slam dunk, sure thing, all pro. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
So don't you just try to get the guy that you're pretty sure is going to be a really good NFL player?
I would not be afraid to take Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
I wouldn't, even though he's skinny. I don't care. The guy can play. He's a corner. And
would you take him first?
Overall, depends on what my needs are, but I wouldn't mind taking him.
Yeah.
If I didn't need a quarterback and it's between the pass rusher and him, and I had a need, I'd take Travis Hunter in a heartbeat at number one.
And would you play him at wide receiver instead of cornerback?
You're going to be a corner, and I will sprinkle you in on offense when I can. But you're coming here as a corner. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get your mind around that.
Can that work? Can you just give him a relatively simple package offensively where he's, okay, here are the 3 routes we're going to ask you to run or whatever it is, and just go be a DB full-time?
Similar to Dion, if you're in a pinch and you need an extra receiver, you're playing receiver this week. But for the most part, you are a corner. What was the Patriot that was a receiver that played DB in a pinch? Was it Troy Brown?
Yeah, it was Troy Brown.
Mm-hmm. Troy Brown flopped over and played DB, played in the slot. So you have that ability. They're going to get it out of you. And I definitely would use him on special teams, but I would not be afraid to take him number 1 overall.
There's a lot of receivers in the NFL that are 3rd and 4th receivers that have a few plays and a few packages.
Yeah.
I mean, that's normal, right? If you're not the number 1 receiver. So I think you'll fit right in.
Isaac told me a story. Isaac Bruce, our teammate, told me a story about when the Rams drafted Eric Crouch, the quarterback from Nebraska, and put him at receiver. So they're getting ready to run receiver drills. And Crouch asked Isaac, what foot do I put up? Like, how do I get out of my stance?
Mm-hmm.
And he looked like, they drafted you at receiver and you don't know how to play receiver? It's like one of those moments like, what are you guys doing? Why are we doing this? Why don't we just draft a receiver?
Where did they draft him?
What do you mean?
Like what round? Was it late?
Late.
Okay.
Like
I'm not saying, but this is like occasionally where you'll draft a basketball player. It's like, that guy's such a great athlete. We can teach him which foot to put forward.
Yeah.
He doesn't know yet, but we'll put him out there. Like baseball teams do it all the time where I'm going to draft this guy. He's never played baseball. I don't care. I've seen him run. I've seen him move his feet. Like
the ability.
We can teach him some of these basic things.
If you need a receiver, just draft a receiver, man. You know what I'm saying?
I think that in today's sports world, there's not that much drop off between the top Division I program and then coming down when it comes to access to information, film, skill set. Like, dude, you can find a good receiver. I don't need to get some guy who don't play this sport to play D-line or tight end.
Right.
Like,
Thank
those
you.
times are over. Those times are over, man.
Get a rugby player.
Would we not miss out on Antonio Gates or Tony Gonzalez or something like that?
That was the beginning of that era and the end of that era.
Yeah.
I think that the tight end
Gates,
position, the tight end, that was only position specific.
Right.
Yeah.
That
Basketball
was the
to tight end.
The tight end position evolved from me at F250.
Yeah.
Physical at the point of attack. Thug life, thugging, to this new model of athletic basketball receiver, mismatchy kind of guy. That was just
hybrids.
The hybrid.
For every guy that panned out, there were 100 that didn't.
I get it. Look, I'm not saying it's a sure thing, but if
jump out of the gym and can't play.
I got a 1 in 100 chance of finding the next Antonio Gates
with a 7th rounder,
with a 7th round pick. Hell yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
If I got everything else,
right,
yes,
right,
yeah.
Like, do I need a 3rd string linebacker? Or do I need a 1 in 100 chance at Antonio Gates?
Coach, we don't have a long snapper.
Yeah.
But I want this guy. We don't have a long snapper, Coach.
Long snapper's important. I figure we could find somebody to do that. All due respect to our pal Kobe Walsh, but I think we can find somebody to do that. Factor Cap is coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
This is LAFC manager Steve Cherundolo.
After a thrilling victory in the season opener.
To a ball to see, left-footed shot at it!
And then a win in the CONCACAF Champions Cup on Tuesday night. The Black and Gold are back at BMO Stadium Saturday for Game 2 of the regular season.
It's LAFC Season 8 in the heart of LA.
It's LAFC versus NYCFC. Pre-game gets going Saturday night at 7 p.m.
On 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano at Los Angeles International Airport. Changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gat. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gat today. 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gat. Your claim, our game.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
This Black History Month, National University honors those who have broken barriers and paved the way for future generations. If you're a parent and a professional, a dreamer and a doer, NU is here to support you with flexible online classes and career-focused resources, so you can earn your degree while balancing work, family, and everything in between. Visit nu.edu to learn more. That's nu.edu.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap right now.
Take it away, producer Emily.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Hody, hody.
Aloha.
Hi. So it is not only Factor Cap, but it's also a Live Nation Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen during the whole day for your cue to call and be calling number 7 at 877-710 ESPN to win 2 tickets to the Neil Young at the Hollywood Bowl on September 15th. Tickets on sale tomorrow at Ticketmaster.com.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
Hey.
There you go.
The Hollywood Bowl lineup this year is pretty solid. I'm excited to hopefully make it out there.
Anybody? Neil Young? Anybody? No? Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
well,
there you go. All
we're
right.
nodding along. So earlier in the show, we talked about the big old rumble between some NFL insiders. Jordan Schultz, is he with Fox Sports? Is that where he's with?
I don't know for sure.
And Ian Rappaport, who's with the NFL Network. And there were some discrepancies over, sourcing and whose story is whose, but they got in a little shouting match at a Starbucks, which is funny because Jordan Schultz is the heir to Starbucks, I would assume. I don't know if he's the actual
His
heir
father,
or not.
Howard Schultz, was the CEO forever and ever.
Yes.
He's rich.
Yes.
He is quite rich. And so it got me thinking, one, that it's funny that it happened at a Starbucks.
That is amusing.
And two, does Jordan Schultz have to pay for Starbucks? So my statement is Jordan Schultz still has to buy a cup of coffee at Starbucks. Travis, fact or cap?
Fact. Because I don't think he has a recognizable face to where everybody knows he's the heir to the Starbucks guy.
He's not
right?
Paris Hilton.
Right. That if he, now he may have like his app is perpetually loaded for whatever he wants, or maybe there's a black card situation where you show it and you get whatever you want, but it's not like he walks into Starbucks downstairs and everybody goes, oh, that's the guy whose dad started Starbucks. Give him a free latte. Oh. I think he's got to pay for that latte.
All right. DeMarco?
Yeah. I'm going cap. I think you lead with that if you're Mr. Schultz, right? My dad started this company.
Don't you know who I am?
Don't you know who I am?
No, I don't. It's $4.50, please.
This is who I am. My dad started company. Give me whatever I want for free. And a donut.
Now I know why Rappaport wanted to slug him in the face then, if that's what he's doing.
That's cap.
All right, Super Bowl champion Roland Williams.
Well, I have some friends that work in corporate America for Starbucks, and I understand that they all respect the integrity of the brand, and so they gladly pay for their cup of coffee or whatever it is. It's all love in the Starbucks lane. I say he pays gladly.
You're a CEO in the company. You're paying for coffee?
It's his kid.
Yeah. Come on.
It's about watching your beautiful process happen in real life.
What's the point in owning the company if my offspring can't get it for free? That's the point.
I'm not even an owner in this company, obviously, but with work, I get ESPN Plus and Hulu and Disney Plus for free. I'm not paying for that.
Thank you. See,
Laura, what about you?
I think it's cap. I mean, he might pay for it, but it's not really coming out of his pocket. I really feel like he has like a black card or something, but he's paying for it, so
I'd call Dad. Dad, they're charging me.
Regulate. So yesterday, all over Twitter or X or whatever we're calling it, there was a great memorial for a lost account. For NBA Central.
Oh, is it
which
really
is
gone?
It's been wiped as of the last time I checked. Could be up now again. But NBA Central, if you don't know what it is a parody account that is copying NBA Central, which is an aggregator account for NBA news stories. And so NBA Central would post off official-looking tweets that were always false and funny and just a joy to be around. So my statement is, you like these parody accounts. Roland, what do you think? Fact or cap?
I think it's pure entertainment. The creativity now. Add in some AI. Boy, there is so much content seasoning out here, man. It's sensory overload. It's cool. It's hip. It's all good.
All right, DeMarco, you like parody accounts.
Fact. Oh, fact. Why did it go away?
So it's back.
It's back now?
It's back, but the whole issue was that apparently a team had tried to get it eliminated by the NBA.
How many times did you get hit by NBA Central?
I blocked them.
Yeah. Okay.
So I never got that again.
Okay. Send, delete. No, it was wrong. Yes, but fact.
But I've been caught by a lot of the other ones.
Yeah.
So Travis, you like parody accounts.
Cap. There are occasionally some that are entertaining and funny and creative. The problem is just telling someone a lie is not particularly interesting to me. Saying that, hey, oh, by the way, the Lakers decided to trade Luka to the Portland Trailblazers.
Stopped your heart when you read it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, just kidding.
Oh, Centel.
Yeah. It's like, okay, all right, that was great.
Yeah. We come from the Inquirer era, when they used to lie to us in grocery stores, those magazines,
Wait, but the aliens did
aliens
actually
are my
come.
daddy or whatever. So come on, it's fun. Yeah.
Laura, what do you think?
I would like to go on the record. That wasn't fun either. That was one of those, who buys this garbage?
Somebody.
A lot of people. I know. I'm aware.
I think for me, it would have been fact until I got caught in it and I sent something and I was like, oh, that was not the right account. It's fun, but in our line of work, it really messes us up.
Have you guys ever started a rumor?
Not like that.
The one that caught fire? Anything? Just made
not
something
in sports,
up?
no.
Oh, okay. Not in sports?
Not in sports.
In school? When
Maybe
you start
not
school?
Maybe not starting one, but maybe perpetuating.
Yeah, you're passing
along. Exactly.
Like wow. Like, that's not true. No, that's not true at all.
Yeah. Okay, so Nestor Cortez had some things to say about the Dodgers. And so he was talking about how he believes, Nestor Cortes, pitcher for the Yankees, believes that the Yankees were the better team in the 2024 World Series. He said, quote, "We were the better team. They can talk whatever they want to talk, but we win game 1, which we should have. We lost 2 and 3. We win game 4, and we should have won game 5. And again, if no one remembers, Nestor Cortes was who threw the ball to Freddie Freeman that turned into a grand slam walk-off home run. But okay, my statement is, of all people, Nestor Cortes can't say this. Laura, Factor Cap.
I mean, fact that he can say it because he can say whatever he wants. Do I believe it? Cap. So I'll go Cap.
All right, Travis.
So give me what's the setup again?
So
I know what he did, and I know what I want to say. I just don't know if it's fact or cap.
Of all people,
yes,
Nestor Cortes cannot say this.
Fact. Because look, baseball is not figure skating. It's not even boxing, where there is some subjectivity to it. You got to get 27 outs. Or in this case, 30 outs because it was in the 10th inning. You have to record every out, or else you lose. It's not a matter of a
simple game.
It's a matter of, okay, we've both recorded 30 outs. Who has more runs? The Dodgers.
Right.
They had more runs than the Yankees that night. They won the game. You know, oh, we're better. No, not last night.
So
you
that
weren't.
makes them, yeah, right.
Not last night you weren't. You did. The second you say we should, stop. You didn't. Like if it's figure skating, you say, I actually landed the jump. I'll listen. If you say, I actually won that round 10-9, I didn't lose, I'll listen. Baseball is objective.
Scoreboard.
There are X amount of outs. That's it.
Right.
Stop.
Especially when you threw one that ended
he
the
could have
game.
been in the bullpen. I don't kid. Nobody gets to say it. But I mean, him sitting there and I like Nestor Cortes. Nestor
Me
Cortes
too.
is
He's fun.
super fun
Yeah.
and colorful, and he does the goofy wind up. He's a super fun guy to watch.
Yes.
Shut up, man. Stop it.
DeMarco, of all people, Nestor Cortes cannot say this.
Madam Speaker, I would like to give my time back to Senator
Why
Travis.
not have Aaron Judge go, well, I usually catch that, so let's just call it an out. Hey, Garrett Cole, I usually run to cover first base, so let's just call it an out. Anthony Volpe, I usually don't throw it in the dumper. Why don't we just call that an out because we're the better team? No. Catch the ball. Cover first base. Make a better throw. Don't give up a grand slam in the 10th inning. It's insane to me.
When did he say this?
It looks like yesterday. I see all the aggregation of it yesterday.
Just
so
stop. Just let it go.
And I'm assuming, Roland, that you feel the same way about Trev.
If you go down the history of every loser in a championship game, I think you'd be remiss to not find one that says, we were the better team. I heard this from the Tennessee Titans. Still to this day,
you did?
I still hear
We were the
Titans
better
saying
team.
that no, you weren't.
You would have been blown out. Stop it.
You are so much better that you didn't score more points
That you
than
did
us.
that you lost the game.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
We held you to fewer points than we
I
scored.
can't believe New York is doing this, though.
Okay, so
I cannot believe that.
Really quick, I want to throw
Yeah.
this in there. I think what Nestor Cortes put voice to is why not everybody was looking at the Dodgers like, will you guys shut up by piling on them? Because it was the Yankees. And because if you are a baseball fan, you are either a Yankee fan or the other.
Yes.
And everybody else is the other. And when the Yankees start complaining about the Dodgers being classless, which it wasn't the best look in the world. When you talk about them piling on, it wasn't great. But then you hear something like this, everybody's like, yeah, good for you, Dodgers. Talk as much junk as you want.
I didn't know they were whiny little you-know-whats.
They're the Yankees.
I didn't know that, though. I
The
thought the
pinstripes.
Yankees were professional pinstripes.
If
no
you're a
facial
Yankee
hair.
fan, that's what you think.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like blank and
Good
Yankees.
Lord, you lost. Let it go. You lost. Yeah.
You lost.
You lost.
You gave up the most iconic World Series home run in quite some time. Maybe you just keep your head down.
Do you think the Dodgers would be respectful if it went the other way?
No.
Okay. But
I don't want to say to be disrespectful, but like Super Bowl champion Roland Williams said, I think when you get that close and you come up a little short, you're trying to rationalize it in your own brain somehow, some way. This is why we lost, and we were actually the better team when the scoreboard is telling you that you weren't.
Right. What he probably meant to say was, if we played that game over we would win more than something other than we're the better team.
We didn't play our best game.
We didn't play our best game.
Say
That's
that.
fair.
Not
That's
we're
fair.
the better team. Yeah.
You dropped the fly ball.
No.
You forgot to cover for okay, so spring training's going on. This is bothering me a great deal now. Spring training is going on right now, right? All 30 teams are doing nothing but covering first base over and over and over again. They'll do it for multiple hours a day, every day. So when the season starts, you don't even think about it. As a pitcher, the ball's hit to the first base side of the field. You start running.
You cover.
Until you see the first baseman standing there, you go that way. If it's hit as a right-handed person, or I guess it doesn't matter. If it's hit to your right, you can stay where you are. If it's hit to your left, get moving. Every day, all day, they blew it.
He blew it.
Stop it.
Yep.
Nestor.
And that was the MO going in.
And we knew they'd blow it, right? You have a lot of choices in your legal team, but Factor Cap is brought to you by the place where family always comes first. Of course, we're talking about Joseph S. Normand. Call 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand. Again, 213-747-2000, or of course you can go online at normandlegal.com. And how about this? If you call in right now at 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776, caller number 7 is going to win tickets to see Neil Young at the Hollywood Bowl on September 15th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at Ticketmaster.com, but if you call in our caller number 7 right now, you get them today. 877-710-ESPN. It's all coming up. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
What's up, kiddos? It's Clinton Yates, the Big CY. You've seen me on your television. You've read what I write because I am first and foremost a journalist. And that's why I'm on live 5 days a week from 7 to 9 a.m. on Clinton and Friends. On my new show, we're going to talk about what I find interesting in the sports world, from college coaches that think they're bigger than the sport to who I will pay to go see live. So pop that radio on early before Travis and DeMarco and make Clinton and Friends part of your daily routine from 7 to 9 a.m. on ESPN 710, kiddos.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Neil Young, live at the Hollywood Bowl September 15th. Tickets go on sale this Friday, but you can win yours before they even drop. This Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA, we're hooking up listeners with 4 pairs of tickets to see the legendary Neil Young take the stage. Tune in Thursday for your cue to call and win. Neil Young, September 15th, Hollywood Bowl, presented by Live Nation. Don't miss it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now boarding Group A. Please have your boarding passes ready to scan. If your phone is cracked, old, or was chewed up by your Chihuahua travel companion, please refrain from holding up the line. We ask that you kindly not be that guy, and instead simply go to Verizon and trade in any phone from their top brands in any condition on any unlimited plan for the new Samsung Galaxy S25 with Galaxy AI.
With new line on my plan. Additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Something amazing is happening. Despite a citywide blackout, this company is still up and running. That's because CDW deployed and managed a cost-effective Eaton Trip Light Series Smart Pro UPS to safeguard equipment easily and reliably. Keep the power on and protect your IT equipment from electrical challenges. Trip Light by Eaton and CDW. Make amazing happen. Find out more at cdw.com/triplight.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy around for the bar.
Yeah.
Luca did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
So we were talking a little bit during the break, and Super Bowl champion Roland Williams is here with DeMarco and I today. If Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady did bump into each other or had a secret ski lodge meeting or however
just so happens
they were in the
into
same
a
spot
Starbucks
at the same time.
Yeah.
And again, this is funny because when Matthew Stafford became the quarterback of the Rams, it's like, oh, Sean McVay happened to run into him in Mexico.
Fancy meeting you here.
Wow. And then what happened? Well, it turns out he was the quarterback of the Rams a few months later, whatever it is. So you got to give some sort of credence to all of this. What's Tom Brady's pitch to Matthew Stafford? I mean, Tom Brady's presence is pretty impactful. He's Tom Brady. He's got 7 Super Bowl titles.
He does.
What do you say to Matthew Stafford as why Las Vegas is the right place for him moving forward?
I believe in you. I'm going to meet your price.
Yeah, well, first off,
that would be the first thing. Yeah,
I think you got to start from the psychology of where Stafford is. Right, the second highest paid NFL player in the history of the league, talking to the GOAT. The only person that you may have made more money, but you're not more swaggier than Tom Brady as a quarterback. So it ain't about money. Money is not your number one driver, but what is your driver, which has been shown over these years, is his respect of him feeling valued.
And that's shown through money.
It's money, but also it's the words you say, and it's the words you don't say. There's a reason why he left Detroit. I mean, he was that guy in Detroit. And they was going to give him the whole bank, but it got a little bit sketchy because he had a lot of feeling. His feelings. It wasn't about money. His feeling at that time was, I want to win, and I'm uncomfortable. And so now he's won,
right? And
he's rich. So if you've won and you're rich, what's left?
Respect.
More winning.
Yeah. So
respect.
No,
Travis,
respect.
You give your heart and soul to a company. You go until you hurt yourself, and then it comes time for you to negotiate your deal, and they resist. And then there's another company that says, oh, they're fighting you over that? Come on over. I believe in you. I think you're worth that. Mm-hmm. That's the respect there. I won't fight you. What's your price? Done. Let's get it going. That's my pitch.
That's the pitch. That's the pitch.
They don't think you're worth that? Are you crazy? They're stupid. Here, sign this here. That's how you get it.
And whatever your other endeavors are, who knows what he wants to do with life after the game. Obviously, Tom has not a connectivity. I wouldn't even doubt if they threw out there that if you want to have minority ownership in an NFL franchise, clearly Mark Davis has shown. I played for the Raiders. I played for the Rams, obviously, so I know a little bit about both. But my thing is to have that floated out there to say if you want to get involved in NFL ownership, that's also out there for you.
What do you want to do? Yeah, she can have her podcast right here in the building. You know,
in the Bellagio.
In the Bellagio.
Right.
We can help you with all that. What do you guys want to do? We can do all that for you.
Roland, I'm glad you said, you reminded me that you played for the Raiders. And is that a part of the pitch too? The sense of, because there's 32 teams in the league and they're all in the league. They're all part of the NFL, but there does feel like there's a select group of different teams that are on a different level. And I think that the Raiders are in that group. And it's not because they've been a great team recently. They haven't. They've been, for the last quarter century or so, they haven't been particularly good. But the Raider brand, the Raider mystique, the Raider legacy, it's a meaningful thing. Is that part of the pitch?
100%. I mean, the Raiders moving and coming down to Vegas was a big thing. The investment of the Las Vegas community is a big thing. Opening up ownership to he was darn near an active player. Right. They gave him ownership in the franchise. Who else has done that? Right.
No one.
Trailblazers. Right. Yeah. The first female African-American president, right? Sandra, she's
Latino
fantastic
head coach.
It's crazy. I'm like, this. He said Latino.
No, Tom Flores was the first Latino head coach. Yeah.
I thought you
thought Pete Carroll?
No. Unless Pete Carroll, Pete Carroll may have a family member somewhere.
Hold on, man.
Pete Carroll.
I'm about to say, hold on, brother.
I was mentioning Tom Flores. I do not know Pete Carroll's.
Come on.
23andMe. I don't know what he's got going.
I was going to say, I can't back you up on that.
That's funny. Oh, my God. That's hilarious.
Tom Flores.
But I'm like, but yes, the Raiders have been trailblazers.
And I mean, like you said, there's a few marquee teams in the league, right? You have to be honest. The Raiders, the Cowboys, the Steelers, right? That brand goes everywhere. Yes. I mean, why wouldn't you want to? How much has your life changed since you became a Raider?
A lot. Look, I'm in all black now.
Yes, what I'm saying.
It wears off on you. Never comes off.
And Absolutely. They never forget. It's long. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be a part of that lineage if you could?
That's a really powerful example that you guys put out there, which is, okay, I'm not paying you the $50 million, just to pick a number, that you're asking for because I'm just trying to give you a few more bucks than the other guy. It's stupid that they're fighting you over that. For everything you've done for them, come on in, man.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, we that is a powerful argument.
Yes.
That is a compelling argument.
And you better hope you get out in front of that. Yeah.
You can fly back and forth to practice every day, technically.
Yes.
Here from L.A.
Didn't Phillip Rivers do that?
He commuted. He built a special car that was like a converted like Suburban or something like that.
So he watched film.
He watched
all the way
film
up.
all the way up and back because he had what has he got 10 kids? I think he literally is 10 kids, and he wanted to stay in San Diego and he commuted up to L.A.
Remember Chidi Ahanatu?
Yeah.
When he played in Buffalo, he lived in Toronto. He would take a limo to work every single day. That's where he wanted to live. So it is possible. So, but I would say that, man. I mean. Why are they disrespecting you? That's how I would approach it if I'm Brady. Really? They're trying to lowball you?
Do they know how good you are at this? Do they know how? I mean, that's the pitch you're making, right?
Start getting in there, right? I saw the shots you took. I know what you did. You know what I'm saying? Right.
I was already worried about the Raiders in this situation and the dynamic because the whole Giants thing that keeps popping up. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. It just
do it.
No.
He wouldn't. Why do I want to go be on a bad team for the last couple of years?
They wouldn't trade the third pick for a 36, 37-year-old guy.
The Raider thing makes a lot of sense, especially when you throw in what you guys were just talking about.
Bro, give me 2 hours with that guy. I'd have him saying, "You know what? Yeah, you're right. Blank them. They don't appreciate me. I love Tom."
Okay. Then he walks out of the room and his agent or his somebody says, "Okay, you know the Rams are a lot better than the Raiders, right?"
Right. Then you sober up.
Yeah,
right.
like I understand your feelings.
They've got nothing.
They Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh. Sean Payton. You really?
Outside of Brock Bowers, who is their best offensive weapon? It is Brock Bowers.
Bowers is their best offensive weapon.
And they've got Max Crosby and another rumor. He was here yesterday. Big guy from Cleveland. Help me.
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett. They say he could be headed for Las Vegas. So you put Crosby and Miles Garrett together. Oh, good Lord.
I think Stafford, what he's worried about as a QB, old in his years,
protection.
It's about the offensive line play. And that's another area that he's been getting banged up a lot.
Yeah.
And it hasn't all been because he's just clumsy.
He's done a real good job protecting himself.
Correct.
Later.
And so that could factor. I mean, we're all speculating, but I mean, these are the real things that would come up if I was the second highest paid player in the history of the NFL.
He's got the better O-line right now.
The Rams.
The Rams have the better
assuming
O-line.
that Alaric Jackson comes back.
Yes.
Assuming that you get that taken. Because if all of a sudden your left tackle is gone, then
they've got some good players up front.
They do. You look at Avila, you look at Limmer, you look at KD and Havenstein. That's good offensive line.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Now the left tackle changes. It's like, okay, let's see what we're going to do there.
Right.
There isn't an easy slide. It's not McClendon. It's not Curry. It's not one of those guys.
And I saw the other news out of Rams Park today was they let Jonah Jackson seek a trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're saying this was a
Didn't
bust.
work.
It didn't work out. Which opens up more money if you want to pay somebody.
It just, you're not going to bat 1,000.
No.
They get a lot more hits than they make outs.
No doubt.
They just missed
That's
on
exactly
that one.
right.
Speaking of not making a lot of outs, I want to talk about the Dodgers. I want to come back and DeMarco, you're not going to like what I have to say because you already think it's unfair. You're going to think it's more unfair. It's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, Super Bowl champ Roland Williams here with us on 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. At Los Angeles International Airport, changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforming-LAX. That's flylax.com/transforming-LAX.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
This is LAFC manager Steve Cherundolo.
After a thrilling victory in the season opener.
To a Bobasi, left-footed shot at it!
And then a win in the CONCACAF Champions Cup on Tuesday night. The Black and Gold are back at BMO Stadium Saturday for Game 2 of the regular season.
It's LAFC Season 8 in the heart of LA.
It's LAFC versus NYCFC. Pre-game gets going Saturday night at 7 p.m.
On 710 ESPN.
And the ESPN LA app.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Hey, it's Mace. Did you know Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They're transforming lives with job training, career placement, and support services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward.
Here we go, Travis Rogers, DeMarco Farr.
The far side. You ready for the far side?
I'm in the far side.
You're in the far
Let's
side.
Go.
Welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. So let's get to the fun, shall we? The Travis and DeMarco Show right now.
What? What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Roland messed my head up. Now I can't eat fruit.
Why?
He told me fruit's bad for me.
It's delicious.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
How can fruit be
It's
bad?
naturally sweet.
See what Roland does? See?
Is this in one of your books,
Thank you
Roland?
so much. Thank you.
That's what he said. He said, don't eat the fruit.
Yes, but he didn't say it's bad. He's telling you.
I
the reason
offered him
why.
fruit, and it's like I offered him cyanide. It's a grape and an orange. Come on.
What? Okay, now I'm curious. Why can't he eat fruit?
Well, because we have a certain amount of fat that we need to lose off our bodies in transition, and the fastest way to do it is by not incorporating fruit into our diet, focusing on vegetables and proteins. And so, anyway, we'll talk about it, man. We'll talk about that lunch.
See?
Can I get you some protein?
I thought I was
some
doing
veggies
good.
and protein. Can I get you some veggies and protein?
That's lunch. We'll do lunch.
I'm trying to look over the thing here. I see apples. I see
oranges, and grapes.
Apples, oranges, and grapes. Eat your apples, oranges,
Thank
and
you
grapes.
very
I'm
much.
going to tell you why here. Now, I haven't read
bucket
the
of
book to
Popeye's
not.
chicken.
I haven't read the Road to Not Being Stupid. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But you told me this morning that you've walked 5.5 miles every day for a year.
So the little thing that we go to, it's the other one. Not the app that you go to. It's the other one on the iPhone.
Okay.
So March to March.
Yep.
March 2024 to March 2025.
Yep.
Daily average, 5.5 miles.
Okay, and you've not missed days? Or
I take 1 day off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 day off a week.
1 day off a week.
Okay,
yes.
I want to redo this math here a second. So
Are you going to do like the yearly total?
I am. So there are 1 day off a week, 52 weeks. So 365 minus 52 is 13. 313
Yep.
equals. You did 1,721 miles on your feet. You can eat an orange.
Thank you very much. That's the other part. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
What was the other thing I said? We're going to go hike a trail. I forgot what trail it was. I saw that movie.
Is it Griffith? Like, are you trying to?
No, it's on the other side of the world, and it was a great movie I just saw about hiking a trail.
The Appalachian Trail?
The Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
I said I was going to
Wild.
hike the wild.
So funny thing about that, my friend hiked the Appalachian
The
Trail.
whole thing?
Well, okay, here's the story. So I did a short documentary on her when I was in college because I was taking a documentary filmmaking class, and so I did it on her, about her story. She decided to hike from north to south. So she started in the summer in the
Maine.
north and tried to get to the south. She was about North Carolina because it goes from Maine to Georgia, and she tore her Achilles on the AT. But and they call it the AT. Also the PC. Well, PCT is the where wild is. AT is on the East Coast. PCT is the West Coast. That's the one that goes all the way up and down the West Coast.
That goes from Canada to Mexico.
And then there's one in the middle that goes through like the mountainous states.
Yeah.
But fun thing about my friend, I was doing this documentary. I asked her what her best story was from her time on the Appalachian Trail, and she told me the story about how she met a guy on the trail, and they hiked that day, because you meet people on the trail, you walk with them for a day. He lived in New Hampshire. He's like, hey, why don't you come? We host people from the hike all the time. Come stay at my house for a night, get some clean clothes, and whatever. They end up going to a backyard wedding together, and it's like, oh, our neighbors are having a backyard wedding, and then they depart. She doesn't think she's ever going to see him again, whatever. Turns out they're now married.
No kidding. That's great.
So,
Yes.
story. Anyway.
The movie was Walk in the Woods. It was Nick Nolte and Robert Redford.
Oh.
Two best friends, and they hooked up, and they hiked the trail. It's 2,200 miles.
Yeah, well, it's from Maine to Georgia.
Well, I said I'm gonna walk the distance of the trail.
you made
I think I passed it by now. But yeah. So
It's kind of like how firefighters will do the floors of the World Trade Center on like 9/11. You know, it's like you do those things that mimic that.
Yes. If you haven't seen this movie, it's so funny.
Is it good?
Oh, Nick Nolte plays a great role.
I don't think I need to. I take a walk most days too, but I don't think I need to take like a walk in the wild.
I'm not doing that.
6 months or
Simulated,
however long it takes.
yeah.
I'll do it in the comfort of Laguna Niguel.
What's the simulated golf? The
TGL?
This is the TGL of walking the app trail. I'm doing the mileage, just not actually there.
You know, TGL's doing okay.
It might
doing
survive.
Okay.
Just a little more
I
personality.
think it's going to survive.
You think so?
It's because it pulls a halfway decent number.
Yeah.
So
okay.
at the most basic level, as a television product,
have you
So
seen
why
this?
don't Why don't they do this in June? When there's no programming besides baseball, which ESPN's
right after the All-Star break.
I'll tell you exactly why. Because in June, the U.S. Open is happening.
Oh.
Because in July, the Open Championship is happening. In May, the PGA is happening. That the things that they make their living doing are happening, and they're not taking time off of it. And then in the fall, it's football, so they're staying away from
When
that.
is the biggest dead spot in sports where you can
Right
insert
now.
a new right now?
Right now.
Okay.
Like
July.
from the second football ends until the basketball playoffs start, there's
This is
nothing
your
that's
time.
super important.
This was USFL
And then there's March
time.
Madness,
Yeah.
but again, it's like it's getting less and less relevant over the years.
Yeah.
This was USFL time, right?
Yeah, and
Yes.
look, the USFL was working until they put it up against
Until
the
they
NFL.
tried. Right,
that
no
was a fatal flaw. Lakers Live is back tonight at LA Live before Lakers T-Wolves at Crypto.com Arena, starting at 4:30 p.m. You can find the ESPN LA Street Team for a chance to win prizes and learn more about our Lakers Gafote contest. That's tonight at Chick Hearn Court for Lakers Live.
Now, what do you said something about the Dodgers?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like.
I don't know if you're
mind.
No, I don't think you mind.
I just want you guys to be open and honest with what's happening.
Okay, I think this is both of those things. I think this is both open and honest. Last year, coming into the season, the Dodgers were stacked, right? Just much like they are this year. And I was speaking with somebody that is covering spring training for the Dodgers. They were in and out of the clubhouse a lot over the last few days, in the last week or so. And he was telling me that the vibe was noticeably different this year from last year. And last year's vibe was, we know we're going to win a bunch of games. We know we're really good. We know we're going to win the division. We know we're going to be in the playoffs. We'll probably be the top seed, but there's the boogeyman in the corner over
sounds
there.
very ho-hum. Yeah.
We've blown it the last couple of years.
Who's the boogeyman?
The boogeyman was Arizona. It was San Diego. It was the Nats.
Okay.
It'd been a variety of them, but it was this. Yeah, we know you're the best team, but you never win anything. So whatever. And the players were feeling. They murdered the boogeyman last season.
Yeah, they did.
The boogeyman is dead.
Few of them.
Yeah, they killed the boogeyman and danced on his grave, and all of those things that I just said are still true. Only it's look, man. Let's go again. Like the confidence coming out of this group this year is different. Last year it was a confidence of, we'll get there. Well, hopefully this year's a little different. And this year it's we're the best team. We proved we're the best team, and let's go run this thing again, because now we don't have to worry about that weirdness and everybody saying, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. They just prove that they can do whatever it is.
Well, you have to. You're the hunted now. Big time. You're defending champs, and you've got the biggest payroll.
Mm-hmm.
You're everybody's big game. So you could relish that or run away from it. I see them running to it. But give me your infield right now. Here's my question for you. First base is
Freddie.
Second base is
move on. It's a 2BD.
Shortstop is Mookie. Third base is
Muncy.
Okay, so the TBD is between.
So the guy that they signed from Korea, I think it's Hae-Sung Kim.
Right.
May or may not be ready to play in the major leagues.
His bat.
He doesn't hit.
Yeah.
And
I heard he's 111 after 11 at bats.
And it's an infield hit. But again, it's spring training. So, you know who was awful in spring training his first year coming over from a different league?
Who?
Awful to the point where, like, dude, this guy can't play.
From a different who?
2 guys came from that part of the world that were looked at like, this isn't going to work. Ichiro and Ohtani.
Oh.
Okay. So
okay.
Take it with a grain. Now, this guy's not that. I'm not saying he is. But he may have to go to the minor leagues for a while to kind of get up to speed. Or maybe not. Maybe they'll just let him see if he sinks or swim. But if he doesn't play, I think it's a natural that Edman goes to second base.
Okay, you said that earlier. So if he goes to second base, what happens because of that?
Well,
what's the domino effect?
Now center field is open. Okay, because if Edman wasn't going to play second, he's going to play center. So now center field is the one that maybe not be locked down. So you have basically 3 candidates. Here's what it is. You've got 2 roster spots for these 4 guys. The 4 guys are Kim, Pajes, Outman, and Taylor.
Okay.
Okay. 2 of those guys make the team, and 2 of those guys do not. Outman can play center field. Pajes can play center field. Taylor can do it occasionally, but he's not going to be your everyday center fielder. And Pajes was your starting center fielder in the World Series last year. I think he's very likely to make the team. So I really think you're going to kind of have a revolving door in center field, and not necessarily in a bad way, but just in a who's hot or what you need on any given moment. And the second base thing is Edman. I think it locks in like that.
I'm just thinking,
who,
like,
by the way, was the NLCS MVP last year.
That's 2 big holes. So center field and second base are kind of in flux, and you're still like,
It's really only one hole.
Okay.
Because Edman fills one or the other.
One or the other. So you got a hole somewhere.
You've got a place where you're not quite sure what you're going to do there. But look, again, I'll say it again. Andy Pajes was your starting center fielder last year.
Yeah.
In the World Series, which you won and which he played okay in.
But can't you afford to have one hole in your lineup?
They obviously feel differently because
but historically, can't you have one guy that can't hit, but he's a glove?
Sure. No, they don't. Yes.
They don't see it that way.
Yes.
Okay.
Well said.
I did not think that the fact that this guy couldn't hit would stop him from being a great glove in the outfield. Go ahead.
Usually teams have 4 of those guys.
Okay, so I'm not crazy. No. Usually somebody in that lineup can hit.
Usually it's not a somebody, it's some bodies.
Yes.
It's like, hey, look, we're pretty good, but we're a little top heavy.
Guaranteed
after 3 or 4, we know, and certainly after 6 or 7, we're kind of not anymore. Not with these guys.
How much better of a glove is he than the other 2?
Well, Edman won a Gold Glove at second base.
And this guy's supposed to be better.
He's supposed to be better.
Okay, well, I would play the glove. Because you've got enough bats to overcome what he's not giving you.
Is, you're not really losing a ton defensively if you put Edman there. Edman, like I said, won a Gold Glove. Now, maybe in center field,
if it's close, okay, so take the better bat.
They have no bad decisions. The fact that the Dodgers didn't just emphatically deny that Kim is going to make hey, is he going to make the team? And they're like, well, we're going to see what happens. He's probably going to start the season in the minor leagues.
When did Sasaki throw that BP? Was that Monday? You were still in Hawaii.
I did see him get taken deep by the White Sox guy.
And that means what?
Nothing.
Okay, it happens. He's working on stuff. But that live BP session, good Lord, what are they doing in Japan?
Ohtani's playing on Friday. He's going to play tomorrow.
Did you see the text I sent you, Emily? The addendum to my text? Poor Angels.
He's debuting against the
Angels. Poor Angels. They just can't get out of the way.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Poor guy.
You know, I was talking with Parker is our resident Angel fan here.
Yes.
Mike Trout had a home run yesterday, his first home run in spring training. And I'm not an Angel fan. I think I've made that relatively clear over the years. But I'm a huge Mike Trout fan. Mike Trout
is a heck of a player.
He's unreal. He's a 3-time MVP. He's finished in the top 5 times. He's finished in the top 10 7 times.
Yeah.
Okay, he's an extraordinary player.
I just have one question.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to leave?
I don't know.
Why would you want to stay there?
I don't have a good answer for you on that. Now,
money.
You're going to earn wherever you go.
Weather.
You can go to a place that wins.
Weather.
There are other places with good weather.
Yes.
Well.
And if it's cold, buy a jacket. You're fine. Why would you want to stay there and be hidden?
I think Super Bowl champion Roland Williams' answer to the first part is right. The Angels it's one of the few things they've done really, really well.
Pay?
And pay early.
Okay.
Yes.
Pay and pay early because They came to him several years before he was going to be a free agent and offered him way above and beyond the going rate. They basically said, we're going to give you $40 million a year for 12 years. When guys were getting in the high 20s.
Overpaid.
So,
and loyalty, that's loyalty.
Yes.
Family. It's beautiful.
But you have no chance of winning.
None.
Zero.
Winning a championship.
They haven't made the playoffs since his second year in the league.
You've won the bank account sweepstakes.
He's winning.
But you'll never have a ring.
To your point, DeMarco, and I think it's a good one, is in baseball, the money's the second the ink was dry on that contract, he gets every penny. Okay? It's over. The loyalty part that you're talking about, Roland, is I'm going to give you the 4 or 5 years, which he has, and in 5 years you couldn't get me to the playoffs once. You guys are clearly clowns. You guys clearly don't know what you're doing. I want to have a chance to go play it, and I don't think any Angel fan would look at him sideways. It's like, look, man, he gave him 10 years.
Yeah, I want a chance to win.
10 years. Yes. You know what it's a little bit like?
That's fair.
Is Stafford, who gave 10 years to Detroit and said, guys, I've given you everything I can. I've given you 10 years to figure this out. You guys aren't good at this.
I want a chance to win.
I want a chance to win. And I hope Mike Trout gets back to some semblance of himself, because watching him play, oh my gosh.
Guy can play. Yeah, it's just too bad you got to go to like Sports Center to see it. You know what I mean?
So when I'm watching Dodger baseball every night, right? And frequently Dodgers and Angels are playing at the same time. I know where Mike Trout's spot in the lineup's coming up. And when he's getting close, it was the same thing with Ohtani. I'm going to flip over and I'm going to watch. Now, the second they're done hitting, I'm gone.
You're out. Okay.
But I want to see that. And for the last 3 or 4 years, the team's been bad. He hasn't been good.
That's fair.
It's just, man.
Wow.
I would like to see him get good one
I
more
like
time.
the winning part. Yes, a lot.
We're bringing in all our Rams people today. Kirk Morrison's going to join us coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And you know NextGen, the official AC, heat, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. Listen to this, an $88 system tune-up. So if your heating and AC system is ready to power through the season, do you know the answer to that? Well, whether it's keeping your current system in top shape or with a quick tune-up or replacing an old system, NextGen's here to help you keep your home safe and comfortable all season long. And for a limited time, NextGen is offering ESPN LA listeners a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. So their expert technicians are going to make sure your system is running safe and smooth so you can enjoy total home comfort all season long. And if you do need to get a replacement, NextGen can help you with that as well. They're offering professional full system replacements with the latest energy-efficient models to help you save money and keep your home at the temperature that feels just right for you. We're talking lifetime warranties, financing options, 5-star service, all of that great stuff at NextGen. So pick up the phone and give them a call today, 833-3NEXTGen, to schedule your $88 tune-up. And don't forget, if it's time for a replacement, NextGen's got you covered with that too. 833-3NEXGEN or nextgenairandplumbing.com.
Luka put on a show and delivered a triple-double, leading his new team over his former squad.
Luka's three-pointer. Good.
Wow, that's a tough shot. Luka proved he's ready to dominate in a new chapter.
Luka Doncic's first triple-double as a Laker, and they just keep rolling.
Now the spotlight shifts to tonight's matchup as the Lakers gear up to host the Timberwolves. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy around for the bar.
Yeah.
Luca did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
We've got all of our Rams people in one place. We've got Super Bowl champion DeMarco Farr. We've got Super Bowl champion Roland Williams. I am, of course, the host of the pre, half, and postgame show on the Rams Radio Network. And my co-host in that endeavor is none other than Kirk Morrison, who is joining us from Indy. How are you, Kirk?
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground here in Indianapolis, man. It kind of got some Los Angeles weather right now. It's above 50 for Indianapolis.
There you
It's
go.
like LA-style weather. So it's pretty cool.
I heard you were 5 minutes shy of the brouhaha at Starbucks.
5 minutes shy of the brouhaha on the level 2 of the JW Marriott Starbucks.
This was in
That's where,
in a hotel they were going at it?
Yeah, so like the Starbucks on level 2 at the JW is kind of like similar to like the Starbucks right at LA Live, right? It's kind of like the meeting spot before you go either over to Crypto.com Arena or to somewhere around the LA Live. So everybody goes to like the Starbucks. And so you see a lot of meetings kind of take place. And I got there, I was 5 minutes before all of this happened. And then you hear like what's happening. And now you've got like this insider beef going on between Jordan Schultz and Ian Rappaport. And so that's honestly been the talk of today's combine sessions.
What has been the general takeaway, Kirk? Are people picking one side or another, or are they just amused that a couple of insiders are beefing over this?
I think we're all amused that it's Ian Rappaport and it's Jordan Schultz, like two guys who are fighting over who's got the better Matthew Stafford, Tom Brady news. I mean, that's honestly what it comes down to. It's like the Rams find their way into a combine, and yet there's nobody representing the Rams here. If that makes sense.
Crazy.
There's no Sean McVay, there's no Les Snead, but yet this all starts from a Rams report of is Matthew Stafford hanging out in Montana with Tom Brady.
What's the prevailing thought, though, among people talking about Stafford and the Rams? Do they feel like he deserves the money he's asking for? Are they taking the team side? Like, you shouldn't pay that much money for an aging quarterback? Where's the line so far in the combine?
The line so far, DeMarco, right now is that 3 teams are willing to meet the contract demand of Matthew Stafford. That's kind of been talked about so far. There's 3 teams who feel like they can give Matthew Stafford what he wants in terms of a contract. Now, what's that compensation going to look like going back to the Rams?
Kirk, I don't mean to cut you off, but who's the third team? If it's the Raiders, the Giants, who's the third?
Steelers?
No, I think the Raiders, Giants, and even possibly, I want to say it may have been the Jets. I just know there's 3 teams. I don't know who that mystery third team is. I just know that I was told today that there were 3 teams who are willing to come to the demands of Matthew Stafford. They understand that he's a $50 million quarterback. They're willing to spend that because these some guys who are saying, look, my job may be on the line. We're trying to get a quarterback that can help us win. So that being said, I think we're just looking at this deadline. What is the deadline for getting all of this all said and done? Is it March 10th on a legal tampering period? Is it March 12th when the new league year starts? Or does it happen before March 14th when, Matthew Stafford's due $5 million of a, prorated bonus or a roster bonus? So that's what I think we're all waiting on is when does this quickly has a resolution because it affects so many of the quarterbacks in free agency.
Well, besides this whole thing going on with the Raiders and blah, 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 you're actually at the combines, man, with some of the greatest college football players in the country. How's it looking down there? Is anybody standing out? Anybody looking like they're a guy down there at the combines?
Yeah, I just got a chance to talk with Travis Hunter not too long ago, and he's the most intriguing prospect here because he's listed as a defensive back. So he's going to work out with the defensive backs in terms of, all the process of this combine in terms of meetings and weights and heights and all that. But he won't do anything here at the combine.
Nothing
he's going
physical.
To do all of the nothing physical. All the field work is going to be, at his pro day. But the question is funny, guys, because he's not only one of the top defensive backs here, he could also show up tomorrow as one of these top wide receivers in this class as well. So people are trying to figure out, what is it going to look like for him if he's drafted? How much can you play him primarily as a defensive player? Do you have a package for him offensively? He told me I can do everything. I can play every play. I can play special teams. I can punt.
We'll see.
So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. But he's the most intriguing guy so far out here, Roland.
He's the Ohtani of baseball right now. He can do it all.
Yeah.
But he's a corner. So how tall are you, Kirk?
I go 6'2".
And where did he come up to you when you met him?
He's a lot taller than I think.
Okay.
I mean, not I think, but a lot taller than I expected.
And
so
skinny?
He came up right about. He's a smaller size guy, but yet you look at a guy like Devontae Smith, who they nicknamed the Slim Reaper. For some reason, this dude continues to play at a high level, and so for Travis Hunter, I mean, I don't think he's going to be a guy you expect to make 60 tackles a year, but I don't know if his frame is one in which I have any questions on how he's going to be as a player. It's going to be more about conditioning for him.
I think it's funny. If you need Travis Hunter to work out for you, based on all the tape he put out in Colorado on both sides of the ball, something's wrong there. I need to see you work out. Didn't you watch any game
That's
I was
what we were
in?
talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
It's like, how about you go watch me play football against football players and I murdered
112
everybody.
reps,
I for sure. Real quick, Kirk, before we let you go, the Abdul Carter foot injury, some deal, no deal, nothing at all, would it cause him to drop?
No, he's still going to be the number 1 overall pick, I believe, just because of where the Tennessee Titans are. Or do they trade back and still get Abdul Carter if someone falls in love with one of these quarterbacks? I guess the consensus yesterday was like he needs surgery. Then today they just walk around that he doesn't need surgery. But whatever it is, they've come to the conclusion it's not going to be a long-term injury. And so he seems to be right now the favorite to be the number 1 overall pick, unless one of these teams fall in love with a quarterback. But again, it all still falls on who? Matthew Stafford. It comes back to the Rams. I swear, they literally hold the card to free agency this year, and they hold the card to the draft as well, because that domino of Matthew Stafford does affect, I think, the way the top of the draft looks.
I would delay that decision if you keep talking about me all offseason. Delay it as long as possible.
Yeah.
Stay in the news.
Yeah.
Did you go to St. Elmo's yet, man? Did you have the shrimp cocktail?
No. Yeah, I'm going today. I haven't been all week. I've kind of escaped a couple of these dinners. So my first steak was last night. So no steak Monday, no steak Tuesday. I did steak last night, and so today I think I may do a little soul food.
Oh, okay. Right. In Indianapolis?
Okay. In Indianapolis, yeah. A little soul food tonight for the NABJ little event. So yeah, I'm gonna do some little journalistic things with the brethren.
Soul food in Indy, you had it flown in.
Yeah, it's not Atlanta. No, that's for sure. Real quick, and this might be the most important question of the day, Kirk. Is it okay to eat fruit or not?
Wait, is it okay to eat what?
Roland told me fruit is bad for me, so I got a whole bowl of fruit I can't eat now. He made me feel bad.
What?
It's the 4-hour body. Have you heard of it? Anyway, it's
wait.
No carb diet. Jeez, these guys are something else.
I asked Travis Hunter, like, what do you eat before pre-games? Because you're playing 80, 90 plays a game. His secret power is grapes.
Oh, my God. Let me get back to my fruit. Let me get back to my fruit then, man.
There's your answer.
Go back to them grapes, man.
All right, we will see you soon, Kirk. Travel safe. Enjoy your party
sir.
tonight, and good luck with the Indy soul food.
All good. Appreciate it,
I'm
fellas.
not having soul food in Indianapolis, man. I just can't do it. But you've tried that
St. Elmo's?
The fruit, what do you
shrimp
call
cocktail.
The horseradish.
It's strong. The cocktail sauce is very.
Have you
spicy.
tried it, Roland?
I have not. Plant-based, remember? Vegan, the vegan in the room?
Oh, it's true.
That would be no
Even
shrimp.
way back. When did you start being a vegan?
It's been about 12 years, and when I was there at the Combines, it was like in the hotel.
Oh, okay.
Back then, remember steak,
Yeah.
eggs, and pasta?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's right.
What a meal.
Travis, it felt like my face was coming
It's
off.
hot.
Yeah.
They'll make it slightly less hot if you believe you.
They were messing with me.
No,
I got a full dose.
You got to try it once. You got to try it once for sure. All right, we've got a little movie early snake draft in honor of Gene Hackman coming up in just a little bit. But call right now at 877-710-ESPN. Caller number 7 will win tickets to see Neil Young at the Hollywood Bowl on September 15th. Tickets go on sale tomorrow at Ticketmaster.com. Call in right now for your chance to win tickets to see Neil Young at the Hollywood Bowl. Caller number 7 wins. 877-710-ESPN. That's all coming up. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason in Ireland. Today I won after Travis and DeMarco.
I would run through a wall for JJ Redick.
Well, I think that.
No, I mean just me as a talk show. I would literally run through a wall for JJ.
We should make that happen.
See that? Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody find a wall. Believe me, I
think
can
there's
run
plenty.
into it.
We'll find one of them around
I can
here.
run into it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason in Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News and World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gat. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gat today. 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gat. Your claim, our game.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
You're from over there, I'm from over here. We're sitting in this hot tub together. What do you like to drink?
No.
See?
No.
No? Not at all? Come on.
No.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
It's a snake draft.
It is a snake draft. It's not a Friday. It's a Thursday.
Do you know who that was? That was Keyshawn.
It is Keyshawn.
It's a snake draft.
It is a Thursday, but we had some really sad news this morning. Gene Hackman passed away at 95. and just a titan, an amazing actor in a million movies and all movies that you love. So we thought we'd do an emergency snake draft of Gene Hackman movies. Our order is Travis, Roland, Emily, DeMarco.
Nice.
3 each, 12 total, because that's all I can fit on the graphic. Right, Parker? Thank you. So we're going to start with Travis. What is your first pick?
So I could really throw a monkey wrench into your guys' plans.
I got plenty. Go ahead.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
I just, I'm not going to do it because I need to do this because my dad would disown me if I did not make the following pick. It is his favorite movie of all time. And my dad, when I was a kid, used to listen to the soundtrack of this movie in his car when we would drive around. Hoosiers.
Oh, okay.
That he loved Coach Norman Dale.
Yes.
Like, he absolutely loved Coach Dale. So I'm going to take
Good
Hoosiers
choice.
with my first pick.
Great choice.
Yes, and some might say the best sports movie of all time.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make it.
Yeah, I'll make it.
All right, Roland, what is your
I don't care if you
first
play
pick?
or not.
Yes. Well, because I'm not going to also take the one that we've discussed that my partner
You better
in crime
get it.
here
Yeah.
wants to get it. No, I'm not taking it because I want to go with a movie that showed his range and that he was old school, but he was new school. The movie was called Enemy of the State.
Oh, yeah.
With
Will Smith. Yeah.
What a movie. It showed he was so dynamic, so creepy and weird and smart and awesome.
I love that movie.
Great choice.
Great movie.
I think that I'm going to approach the Gene Hackman movies very differently than you guys. I don't think that I'm going to take any that you guys are going to take because I think his filmography is so diverse that I think you guys have a taste, I have a taste. So my first pick is going to be a movie that I fell in love with when I watched it in school. So I took a gangster film class in college, and this was the second movie we watched. We watched The Departed first because it kind of set up the themes of the movie, and we watched this movie next. It's Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh,
I
okay.
love the movie Bonnie and Clyde, and circuitously, it also caused the La La Land Moonlight mix-up because Faye Dunaway and what's his
Warren
face?
Beatty.
Warren Beatty mixed it up because it was the anniversary of Bonnie and Clyde. Anyway, Bonnie and Clyde is my pick. DeMarco, you have 2.
I got Superman then.
Yes, you do.
Superman with the first 1978 version.
Miss Tessmacher!
Miss Tessmacher! That is the only
And
Lex Luthor.
You get all Superman.
All of them. Okay,
movies.
all Superman with him in it. Great. I heard the second one was all messed up.
Incredible.
That was with General Zod.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the production was all messed
Okay.
up. And yeah, it was great. I'm taking Superman. So I get 2?
Correct.
See?
Okay, I'll save that one for last. No one's going to pick that one. I'll pick The Unforgiven.
Great choice.
Yeah,
Another one of his Oscar-winning
I
movies.
mean,
choice.
fantastic. It was what was his name? It was Bill.
Little
Bill.
Yeah.
His Little Bill.
Yeah, he was a monster.
He's the villain.
Yeah.
But you understand why he did everything. Yes,
yeah.
I'll take Unforgiven. Yes.
Great
one of my
choice.
favorites.
All right, solid. So I'm going to pick another one that I don't think any of you guys are going to pick. I'm going to pick one that I love so much because I love who he's acting alongside. It's a movie I watched every June, and I will continue to watch every June. It's one that I also go in to see in screenings if I can, The Birdcage.
Oh,
I love The Birdcage. I love Robin Williams' Birdcage.
Isn't Hank
Nathan Lane.
Azaria in The Birdcage?
Yeah.
Flossy. Martha Graham.
So fun. Such a great time. So The Birdcage is my second pick. Roland, you have a second pick.
All right. Well, I'm gonna skew towards my first love of football. He had a chance to be in a movie that made me laugh, made me think. It was awesome. It was The Replacements.
Oh yes,
The Replacements, Coach.
Yes,
You did great. I love that movie.
me too.
All right, Trav, you have 2.
I can't believe I'm
Keanu
going to
Reeves
get
is a quarterback.
both of these.
Yeah.
This is outstanding. I'll go with The French Connection.
Yes.
At Popeye Doyle. Just a quick story. This is odd. My dad was a huge Gene Hackman fan, and one of the first when we got our first VCR as a family, right? This is probably the early 80s, 83, 84, something like that. And my dad rented The French Connection kind of on the down low, like for me and my brother, like you guys will really like this. And it wasn't like dirty or anything, but it was R's, some profanity and all that stuff. And it was awesome. And it was kind of the introduction into that character. So French Connection is my second choice. And then lastly, No Way Out.
Oh, good one.
Where he plays, I believe it's either a senator or the Secretary of Defense or something. And he's the bad guy.
Yes.
And look, this movie's 50 years old, so I'm not giving anything away at this point. Only he's really not the bad guy.
He's not the bad guy. Right.
He is a bad guy, but he's not the
you
bad guy.
You got to see the movie. Yeah.
And it is a terrific movie. It's classic Gene Hackman where he's charming and likable, but also monstrous in other scenes. So no way out for me.
Turns out he was right in the movie?
They set it up as a red herring, only it was right.
It was true, yes.
It's a great twist.
Who's up now?
Roland's up. Last pick for you, Roland.
My last pick, I'm going to go back. The movie was heavy, but I think he handled it with such grace and style. I really believe this character, Mississippi Burning.
Oh, my God, yes. Hate the
Burning.
movie, love him in it.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie?
I have.
Hate the movie. Hate the subject matter.
That's not a movie you walk out of skipping and dancing.
It cannot be your favorite
movie. Is that a bad
movie.
date movie as well?
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Yes.
We did a draft of, Roland, we did a draft of bad date movies on Valentine's Day. Yeah.
That's a top draft choice,
It's
by
a
the way.
bad date movie, depending on who that date is. A really bad date movie. Really bad. Yes.
Watch with caution. All right, my last pick. I'm going to pick a movie So I don't really love the most of the movies from this director, but I have seen this movie, and I do like this movie. I'm going to pick a Wes Anderson movie, and Gene Hackman is in The Royal Tenenbaums.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I think that this movie is just so nostalgic and warm for me, and I think that I love seeing Wes Anderson pick out these iconic actors, and even if the roles aren't as big as you might want them to be or whatever, they always spark. So I'm going to go with The Royal Tenenbaums as my last pick, and DeMarco, you have the last one.
Why do I see smoking? Was he smoking in that movie? A lot in
Yes.
the Royal Tenenbaums?
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Like it was part of his character. It was like disgusting. He smoked.
That whole movie was bizarre.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. Fun
But
stuff.
it's Wes Anderson.
I
It's
know.
all bizarre.
I understand. I get it.
This one is huge, close to my heart. Me and my best friends used to act this movie out. It's very old. It came out in 1983. So we're like 12 years old. So we used to do this, mess around in the summer, play around with BB guns and whatnot. Uncommon Valor. Have you seen that one?
I don't think so.
Uncommon Valor. They go back and get the POWs.
Oh,
It was
okay.
during that phase of movie making.
Yeah.
So he gets a
That
group of
phase.
people to go back and save his son.
Chuck Norris made that movie. Sylvester Stallone made that movie.
Gene
Charles
Hackman.
Bronson
Yes.
made that movie. Yeah, all those guys.
This also stars Randall Tex Cobb as
Oh.
Sailor. Oh, yeah. Patrick Swayze, one of his first films.
Look, you had me at
You're
Tex
in.
Cobb.
Yeah.
You didn't need to give me the Swayze.
Yes.
I was in with Randall Tex Cobb. R.I.P. to Gene Hackman.
Yes.
95 years old today. It's a kind of a strange story too. His wife who also found
And the
dead,
dog.
and the dog.
Right.
So police are investigating what's going on. But what an incredible filmography! Two-time Oscar Award winner as well. So R.I.P. to Gene Hackman. We've got the dump coming up next. But let me remind you, ESPN LA fans and Lakers fans and BBGO fans, they're all teaming up to find the Lakers Gafote. That would be the greatest fan of all time. If you are the Gafote, if you think you are, you could win the ultimate fan package, including courtside seats and a year's supply of BBGO. So if this is you, go to LakersGafote.com. That's LakersGafote.com to learn how to submit your entry. The dump coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
That's fine. You glaze Tom Brady every day.
Well, wait a second. No, I don't. Hold on a second. I'm not accepting that from you, and here's why.
Why is that?
Because I'm not so sure I understand what glazing means yet. Now, when I find out and I understand truly what glazing means, then I may say
It's just to praise someone, to compliment them regularly.
That's
you know,
it.
like
That
over
there's
and over
nothing
again.
more to it than that. That just glazing.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. Why are you glazing this guy
it's like
so much?
Over complimenting almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would say that I probably glazed Tom Brady a little bit.
You definitely do.
Okay. Well, here.
There's nothing wrong with it, but you do.
The act of sucking up to someone, glazing. The act of sucking up to someone. Okay, but I accept that I glazed Tom Brady. Do you guys accept that you guys both glaze LeBron?
I don't.
Come on.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Neil Young and the Chrome Hearts Love Earth Tour. September 15th at Hollywood Bowl.
Somewhere on a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson.
Don't miss Neil Young and the Chrome Hearts. On sale Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
It's a war of man.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN 710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
So we'll talk about it tomorrow, I'm sure. We kind of got sidetracked a little bit today. We're going to talk about JJ Redick and the great job that he's done with the Lakers, and he certainly has. And he's kind of the perfect guy for the job because he has this incredible intensity, yet he's under control. Mm-hmm. And it's a really interesting mix because never forget the Lakers very aggressively tried to hire Dan Hurley, right? And it didn't work out. And Dan Hurley was asked yesterday during one of his press conferences if he, quote, thinks you're handling the press better now. Okay, that was a question from the reporter. Asking him, do you think you're handling the press?
They're asking him. Oh, my God.
They were asking him about the full court press. Is your team learning to break the full court press? And his response was, I think the press has been a-holes to me all year. Oh, you meant on the court. Dan Hurley. Now, look, if Dan Hurley had gotten a chance to coach LeBron and got Luka, I'm sure it would work out because you'd have to be kind of a knucklehead to foul that up.
Yes.
But that guy, as the coach of the Lakers with the spotlight that is on the Lakers all the time, no matter what, would have been fascinating to see.
Oh, my God. It'd be great for us. Every press conference would be fun. No, I meant full court press, Coach. Not press as in us. Oh, my bad. I apologize for everything I just said.
Every other day has been a story of Dan Hurley freaking out on somebody, freaking out on a ref, freaking out on another player, freaking out on a reporter.
I wonder would that have worked here.
You know, it's funny. I agree.
You don't think so?
Yeah. No, under no circumstance. It's like stop trying to have main character energy.
Yeah.
When that's not what the Lakers need.
I think he and LeBron butt heads immediately.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You're doing it my way or the highway? LeBron says, okay.
You guys tell me. You guys are the professional athletes in the group, Super Bowl champions in the group. There's the way that you can coach a kid, and I'm talking like a little league age kid. There's a way to coach a high school kid.
That's right.
There's a way to coach a college man, adult, young adult, and then there's a pro who does this for a living too.
Yep.
And a great player.
Right.
Yeah. And a great player.
And a great player.
Yes.
And if you are riding those guys and you're this massive, what did you say, Roland, the main character energy all the time, good luck.
It doesn't work. And wealthy men, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't forget to add that into it. I'm a wealthy man that's really good at what I do, and I have more experience in this league
than you. Yes.
And you're talking at me? How about be more collaborative?
Thank you. Thank you. I did when I was a youngster in the NFL. I had the D-line coach tell a dude named Freddie Stokes, who had been in the league for 10 years, won a ring with the Redskins, won a ring as a starting defensive end. Yeah, you can't play in the league with that stance. And he just looked at us like, are you kidding?
Yeah, man. I don't know what to tell
Are you
with
kidding?
that. Like that's just one of those. Okay, thanks,
Right.
bro. What else you got?
I get what you're trying to do, but
Yeah.
I'm glad it didn't work out that way.
This
Yeah.
is why people get frustrated with the Lakers, and not Laker fans, but people that are fans of other teams. It's just stuff. Even when stuff doesn't work out for the Lakers, it seems to work out for the Lakers.
Yeah.
That they don't get their number one target, who turns out to be a hot-headed, loose
The
cannon
wrong guy, yeah.
and they get the right guy, and then they get Luka Doncic, and it's just like even when stuff isn't obvious, it's
Yeah.
like it kind of works out for them more often
Kind of like
than
the
not.
Dodgers.
Yeah. Shout out to the back office.
Look, I know what you're trying to do, and it's not working.
It's not working at all.
Because
No.
I love it. I was talking with somebody yesterday, and they're like, "Hey, the Dodgers are. I think they're like 1-2-8 or whatever it is in
Yeah.
spring training, and nobody's look. He's like, no, it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. Yeah,
It's gonna be everything's gonna be great.
You guys
Trust
follow
RELA.
Yes.
Okay, Aaron.
Yes.
Do you guys follow hoops, college hoops?
Not really.
Back in
no.
the day?
A little bit.
But, I mean, if you want to talk '90s college basketball,
Okay.
I'm here for it.
How many likable guys have come out of Duke? How
Grant
many
Hill.
That's it.
Yeah.
And maybe Reddick?
No,
And I didn't
no,
like-
no, no,
I
no,
didn't
no,
like
no,
him
no.
until now.
Reddick was on the list of the reasons you
hated
didn't like
right.
Duke.
But-
Reddick was the slap the floor, handsome, white, Dookie that's like, hell no. Like, Grant Hill was the only guy like, I dig
I
that
like
guy.
him. Yeah.
But
That's
the Hurley, Leitner, Cherokee
Hate 'em all.
Parks, Wojciechowski, Reddick, like all the
Yeah.
get those guys out of here.
But he's become far more likable since he's been Lakers head
Yeah.
coach.
Yep.
Is that because he's the Lakers head coach or because he's more likable now?
Well, I think it's
yes.
because he coached middle school basketball.
Yeah.
He coached middle school, high school. He
So you
coached
were-
in rec
okay,
league.
yeah.
You know, I think that humbles you and makes you more connected, and also spending time with LeBron as a human. That podcast,
Okay, lock
that
him up.
podcast was real.
Yeah.
You know what else helped? He's good at it.
He is good.
If he had shown up, and let's say there were some Darvin Ham moments with him, right? And
Yeah.
you're just like, oh boy, what are they doing, man? And the team was kind of floundering. They're about 500. It would be like, dude, this guy didn't even earn his spot because he's buddies with LeBron, because he was on TV, because he was this, that, and the next thing. This guy shouldn't even be here. That he's good at it. We're all like, yeah, this is the right.
it works.
this works out.
Looks the part, not a hair out of place.
Like, I bet
I'm just
life as
saying.
JJ Redick is pretty darn good.
You think? I got Luka and LeBron.
I got Luke and LeBron.
Right.
I went to Duke, pals with Coach K.
Yeah. How do you sleep at night? Very well. How about you?
Comfortably.
Right. Thank you very much.
Comfortably, indeed. Happy birthday to Josh Groban, who turns 44 years old today.
Fan? Anybody?
Voice of an Angel also was on The Office.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He was Andy's brother.
He's Andy's brother on The Office,
Yeah.
and he was pretty great in that. He actually had some like good comedic chemistry. It was good.
Yeah, he was funny in that role. He
Yeah.
always just the one episode, right?
It was like I want to say 2 or 3. It was a
Okay.
very short, limited guest spot, but yeah.
That's more of the opera singer.
He's got a big voice.
Big voice guy.
Big voice.
Okay, but
yes,
he's not
indeed.
poppy.
No.
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 Okay.
Also,
But
happy
it's like
birthday.
pop opera. I always say like he's
opera.
like of the people
Popera.
that sing sort of like opera stuff.
Yeah.
I get
he's
nothing.
one of them.
I get nothing
Yeah.
for Popra.
No, I got it. I understand.
Nice popera.
Also, happy birthday, 49th birthday to a person many would consider the greatest tight end of all time. Tony Gonzalez turns 49 years old today.
And your thoughts on TG?
TG is fantastic. I wouldn't say the greatest of all time. You got John Mackey. You got so
Yeah.
many great ones over the years, but one of the best.
You remember when he kicked our butt in Kansas City?
I do.
Oh my God! I can't hear that song "Start Me Up" by the Rolling Stones ever again. They used to play that every time they scored.
Okay.
So it's every 5. Dun-dun-dun, he scored again. There we go.
So who would you put on that list? If it's not Tony, is it
Gates.
Is
You
it
got-
Sharp? Is it you mentioned
We're talking.
Gates.
We're talking history.
Jeremy
of the,
Shockey.
we're talking history of the league.
Yes, Gronk.
Gronk's a good
You
choice.
got Shannon. You got to say Shannon,
Shannon
Sharp.
Sharp.
Yep.
You got to say John Mackey.
Okay.
You could go back as far as Ozzie Newsome.
Yes.
Ozzy's a great choice.
I can't think about tight
Wesley
ends and not
Walls.
give them- Yeah, Dave Casper.
Dave
Raiders.
Casper.
Oilers.
Raiders.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
so there were legendary guys that transformed the game, and I think everyone's building off of them.
Where would you put Vernon Davis? Oh, never mind.
I was going to say he's not in that group. He's not in that group.
DeMarco.
Wait,
Yeah, come on.
Did the earphones?
DeMarco.
Did the earphones go dead?
Yeah, I was like
DeMarco.
one person in this room played tight end in the NFL, and it's not me, and I was looking at you funny.
Even the music stopped.
Yeah,
Wait.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's the brakes in the car,
God.
the record
But he was
scratch.
so fast.
Okay. So was Ronaldo Nehemiah. Is he Jerry Rice?
But he changes the position. He's so fast. We've never seen a tight end that fast ever.
It was this day in 1992 that a then 16-year-old kid by the name of Tiger Woods made his PGA debut at the LA Open at Riviera Country Club. He shot a 1/72 in the first round, and then he missed the cut after shooting a 75 on Friday. But 16-year-old Tiger Woods played in the LA Open on this day in 1992.
Did he get everything he could out of that talent?
Real close.
Real close.
Real close. He got devastated by injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, he devastated, and
the personal stuff.
The personal stuff certainly didn't help, but when he was doing his thing, it seemed like a mortal lock that he was going to win the most majors ever. And he's second, but he's not one behind Jack. He's three behind Jack. It's like he's significantly behind him. I think he's the greatest player I've ever seen. I think he's the greatest player of all time, but he got hurt, and he still had a ton of prime left, and he got hurt.
Makes you appreciate Jack all the more, right?
Yeah.
That you can still keep your head in the game that long. But yeah, I mean, the thing that got me about Tiger Woods when they said how many golf courses he opened because of him in this country.
He did something that I'm fairly certain I will never see again. He made golf sports.
Yep.
He took a golf tournament and made it a sports event as opposed to a golf tournament. As good as like Scotty Scheffler, he's the best player in the world right now. Unless you like golf, you don't give a damn about Scotty Scheffler.
Nope.
If you liked sports, you cared about Tiger Woods.
True.
And nobody had done that other than him.
No.
He opened up the map. So many people of color got into golf, became to watch golf. It became a thing. Nike golf became a thing because of Tiger Woods. I mean, it was just extraordinary. And to this day, people still play, and Tiger's like the reason why they got introduced to the game.
You know what I'm glad that didn't take off from Tiger is Cablasion. I'm glad that just
Cablination.
I'm glad that just kind of went by.
He got them all in there.
He tried.
For sure. Emily probably has thoughts on this. The Social Network in 2011 was snubbed at the Oscars. Emily, the floor is yours.
One of the biggest snubs of all time was the Social Network losing to the King's Speech. Nothing against the King's Speech. The King's Speech is kind of it's a boilerplate biopic that was well acted, British, whatever. The Social Network is a generational movie. That is the best movie of the of this century. I can't remember what number century this is.
21st.
21st century. It is the best movie in the last 25 years. It will be remembered for the next 100 years. The Social Network is the best movie.
Who starred in that?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg, okay.
And Andrew Garfield. It's about Facebook, but it's also more than that. It's Fincher, and it's Sorkin, and it's Atticus Ross, and Finn. It's amazing.
I like the King's Speech.
Wait a minute, did Reznor and Atticus Ross, they won, right?
Yeah, they won for score. I'm just saying all this put together.
It's one of the great movies of the 21st century, for sure.
It was really good.
Agree.
It was not as good as Social Network.
Social Network. You love Social Network.
I really enjoyed that movie.
By the way, I'm going to say it right now. The greatest oversight in the history of the snake draft happened today.
Oh, no.
I cannot believe.
I did not hear the snake draft.
I cannot believe none of you picked this movie.
Coming up next. Supercross Talk straight ahead.
The movie I'm going to mention is...
Luka put on a show and delivered a triple-double, leading his new team over his former squad.
Luka's three-pointer. Good.
Wow, that's a tough shot.
Luka proved he's ready to dominate in a new chapter.
Luka Doncic's first triple-double as a Laker, and they just keep rolling.
Now the spotlight shifts to tonight's matchup as the Lakers gear up to host the Timberwolves. Pre-game coverage begins at 6 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
Oh, I feel it. Earlier than ever. I'm going mad, I tell you, mad! Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
College b-ball craziness is upon us. Catch every team, every game, every day on big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
Number 2.
Desi Banks, live April 25th.
And the number 1 reason.
Spring break is almost here. Book your break at MorongoCasinoResort.com or on the app today.
Morongo, good times.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Seller's Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey guys, it's Sedano at Los Angeles International Airport. Changes are arriving daily to help reduce traffic, save travelers time, and transform the travel experience. The LAX Economy parking structure is now open with thousands of smart parking spaces, as well as hundreds of EV charging stations. Modernized terminals have biometric gates for faster boarding, and in the future, the People Mover train will connect travelers to LA Metro. For more information, go to their website, flylax.com/transforminglax. That's flylax.com/transforminglax.
ESPN LA and BBGO are going on a quest for the Lakers GOAT. No. Not the GOAT. The GOAT. The greatest Lakers fan of all time. Think it's you? Upload your pic or video to Facebook, Instagram, X, or TikTok, and tell us your favorite Lakers memory. Use hashtag LakersGoat, GFOAT, and hashtag promotion, and follow at ESPN Los Angeles. The Lakers GOAT is going to be rewarded with courtside seats, a VIP private tour of the Lakers UCLA Health Training Center, a year's supply of BBGO, and more. The Lakers GOAT. Is it you?
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Super Crosstalk presented by In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out. That's what a hamburger is all about.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
All right, so before
What
you
is
tell
this
us
movie?
why we're all
Yeah.
idiots,
Yeah.
I want to kind of set the table here of what we did pick.
Yes. All right, go ahead.
So we drafted our favorite Gene Hackman movies.
Yes.
Gene Hackman, for if you have
So
not
there
heard.
are 12 movies that were taken.
12
the movie
movies
I'm going to
that were
mention
taken.
is better than 10 of them. Go ahead.
Okay. So my three were Hoosiers, The French Connection, and No Way Out.
You have my favorite list.
That's
of
a great
everybody.
Roland's list was Enemy of the State, Super Bowl champion Roland Williams.
go.
Enemy of
Yeah.
the State, The Replacements, and Mississippi Burning.
Okay. That's a sleepy good list, actually.
Emily's List, Bonnie and Clyde,
Excellent.
Birdcage, and Royal Tenenbaums.
Based on the Birdcage, I'm giving you
It's a
some
good one.
love.
Lady,
Yeah.
what's this at the end where he's all in drag and lady?
Funny.
Not for $1 million.
$1 million, exactly.
And
Meet me
DeMarco
around the corner.
Superman, The Unforgiven, and Uncommon Valor.
Okay.
What
Fantastic
did we forget,
list. Yes.
Mr. Island?
Have none of you seen Crimson
I
Tide?
knew it. Yeah, I knew it. Yes.
Roland, you've seen it, right?
course.
Yes.
He goes toe-to-toe with
Yes.
Denzel for
Yeah.
2 hours.
Of
and,
course.
And there's all these incredible small parts
Yes.
for Viggo Mortensen, and Rick Schroeder is in it.
James Gandolfini.
James Gandolfini
Yeah.
is in it, and it's the boat. There's a mutiny, and half the
Incredible.
boat goes
Yes.
with Denzel, and half the boat goes
There's
there.
a great
Jason
line-
Robards, you got us in a hell of a mess.
Yes. Give me that missile key, mister.
I like the line that says you could put a poker up a horse's
Yes.
you don't
How
want
does
make deal cards.
Right.
How does no one take Crimson
I'll be honest,
Tide?
John.
Didn't you all
I had to
open
take
his
Superman.
IMDb?
Yeah, I
Yes.
did.
Go
I
through it,
honestly,
and Crimson Tide
I would
didn't
not.
jump out at you?
I would
over
not
Superman.
trade Crimson
Yeah.
Tide for any of the three I have.
Nope.
Well,
I
you would,
wouldn't.
right?
I would not.
Have you seen it?
Uncommon Valor was huge for me. I would not trade it for Superman, and Unforgiven, he won the Academy Award.
I haven't seen it, so I could.
You would love it.
I would have
Roland, have you
changed.
seen it?
I would have changed Crimson Tide with the
There
replacements.
you go. Yeah.
He's
For sure.
unbelievable,
He's
great.
and
Outstanding
him and
performance.
Denzel are both just
Going at it.
on steroids.
I
Yes.
watched the scene today between the two of them because Hackman was supposed to launch.
Give me the effing key.
You're right.
And he
Give me that
needed
missile key.
Denzel to sign off on it, and they go back and forth. It's great.
And
So
you're
movie.
trying to decide who's
we
on the
believe.
boat.
They were
Yeah.
both following the rules.
They were both right.
So,
Yeah.
the gist was there was an attack and the communication on the submarine broke down. So they and it was half a message.
Yes.
And Gene Hackman demanded that
They
this is telling us to launch our missiles.
Right.
And Denzel Washington said, no, it's not what it says. And they just
there was a command to launch.
Unanimous to launch.
Yes, there was a command to launch, and another message was coming in, and they couldn't
And
get
you remember
it.
Denzel just in his face, we are not launching. We explicitly, you and I have to agree. Give me the effing key.
Right, and he keeps yelling at the guy, arrest him.
Yes.
Arrest him
Lock
right
him
now.
up, Cobb.
And there's a mutiny, and then there's a reverse mutiny where
Cobb
he gets.
Cobb is George Denizza, who's in all those.
Yes.
Oh, he's in a million.
He's in
things.
No Way Out.
Yeah,
he's the guy in the wheelchair.
He's the guy
in No
in the
Way
computer
Out.
room.
Yeah,
Yes.
he does everything.
So Hackman always kind of played, and this is not a criticism at all, but he had this incredible, double-barreled thing of incredible charisma and likability and menace.
Oh, yeah.
There was always some menace in his characters, or usually menace in his
Clint
characters.
Eastwood movie he did where he played the president.
Absolute
power.
He was
commits a murder.
Another great.
I'll tell you another good one. This you go back a few years, but he made a movie called The Conversation.
I don't know that one.
Way back.
Francis Ford Coppola movie.
Yeah,
with him and
I haven't seen that.
John Cazale.
John Cazale, who's only in Academy Award-winning movies. That's Fredo from The Godfather.
Yes.
The guy did 5 movies and they all won Best Picture.
Nobody remembers The Conversation because it came out the same year as Godfather 2. Yeah. So Godfather 2 got all the shine.
Deer Hunter,
and wasn't he? Yeah, he was in
Dog
Deer Hunter.
Day, Dog Day, and one more.
Dog Day.
The Conversation is one more. Yeah.
There's
Mike,
one more.
you can't talk to Mo Green like that.
Look, Crimson Tide's good, John. I'm surprised you're that high on it.
Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. And
it's good, but it's not better than most of those.
I was on the edge of my seat the entire movie. I had no idea which way that was going, and it was great. I just can't believe it. With 12 movies on the table, nobody took Crimson Tide.
I had it. We argued over Superman. I had to have that. Yes,
I'm perfectly fine with it.
He was the best.
By the way, Travis's list.
Yeah, you have the best
change.
list.
Hoosiers, French Connection, No Way Out. As anybody, I watched the French Connection about a year ago. It is still so.
I watched
good.
No Way Out a month ago.
Yeah.
Because Bill Simmons and those guys did it as a rewatchable.
I was asking the younger folks here. Nobody has seen it, and I don't want to give away the twist because at the end, it really is one
That's
of
the movie that kind of made Kevin Costner a star.
And it was the one at the end. You're just like, wait, what?
Uh-huh.
Still, even when you rewatch it now, that reveal toward, and if it's not the last scene, it's nearly the last scene.
I'm supposed to ask you guys.
Let me know if you're going to say it because I will leave the room.
You've never seen No Way. Oh, you should. You watch No Way Out and Crimson Tide. Those put them both on your list.
Those are great ones.
About the last line of Landman. What that meant.
It meant get ready for season 2.
About the coyote. About the coyote. What does that mean?
Don't pop up.
Okay, got it. Never mind. Move on.
Don't stick your
Don't stick your head up. Okay, got it.
It's really good. At
Can I ask a question about Landman, or that would spoil it for other people, or is it too soon?
I won't answer if it is a spoiler.
Okay. Is John Hamm dead?
That's
I'm just going to let that sit there.
Okay. Do you have a feeling one way there? Because I honestly don't know.
I have a feeling he's alive.
So do I.
I agree with Mace.
But
the answer to your question is you don't know.
If he was going to be dead, he'd be dead in the last episode, and he was never dead.
But what was the scene with Demi Moore crying at the hospital with their daughter?
My read on that is, and if you have not watched the last episode of Landman, check out for 30 seconds and come back.
Good, yeah.
Is the doctor told, or the lawyer, I think it was the lawyer told him when they were getting his estate in order, right? Mm-hmm. That even if he survives, he's going to be incapacitated.
He's incapacitated.
Okay. So I think that's what they're setting up is his incapacitation or not when he comes back. So the power,
Billy Bob's going to take over.
Or the wife, or they're going to have a struggle for who takes over.
She's going to have a bigger role in season 2.
And by the way, best supporting actor, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones
he was great.
My God. Great, acting his ass off.
I think the girl who plays his daughter is the next megastar.
She's really good.
She looks
Billy
sturdy.
Bob's daughter.
She does not look like a high school.
But
no, she does not.
But that's
no,
why.
She does not.
That's why I think she's going to get a lot of good roles.
Billy Bob's
Gabrielle
daughter.
Carteris of Landman.
Yeah.
I will not allow Andrea Zuckerman to be besmirched on my program.
Oh, God, she was 35.
I
on that
understand that she was a little older than your average high school student and looked it.
Yes.
I'm just telling you that. Is she still our leader of SAG?
She was held back 22 times, apparently.
Yes.
Like when she showed up, I'm like,
she
what?
she hasn't been president of SAG for a while.
my God.
The nanny is the
Oh,
president.
Fran Drescher's our president now. So, you get those robocalls from SAG?
Yes.
And I got one from Gabrielle Carteris.
Yeah.
And Susan
You must
and
have
I.
been so excited.
I was ecstatic.
I bet.
I said, Susan, guess who called
You're
me
the
today?
only one who got it.
I said, listen to this. Hi, it's Gabrielle Carteris. And she goes, oh, yeah. Robocall. How is Nanny doing as our fearless leader?
She seems to be okay. I don't know. The insurance is decent.
Oh, by the way,
it's all good.
working. I'll leave you with this Gene Hackman fact. Have you guys ever seen a movie called Runaway Jury with John Cusack?
Yes. Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
Another one that should have made the
Gene
list.
Hackman and Dustin Hoffman were roommates in acting school, like way back.
I didn't know that.
And so they both are in that. They're competing lawyers in the trial that has the runaway jury. And I talked to somebody who worked on that movie, and they realized halfway through it that there wasn't a scene that had just Hackman and Hoffman, that they were in scenes together, but they were big ensemble scenes. And somebody said, we got to, right? And literally on the spot, they had them run into each other in the bathroom.
Great scene.
And literally,
ad-libbed?
yeah, and they basically said
Played off each other,
and they because Dustin Hoffman's convinced that Gene Hackman's a dirty lawyer,
Yeah.
and he says, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm not doing anything," and they kind of had it out there. But can you imagine if you were like the third roommate with those two?
No.
One's Dustin Hoffman, one's Gene Hackman.
I read this in one of the Hackman obits when I was reading it this morning, that they were both contemporaries at Pasadena Playhouse when they were both getting started.
Right.
And they were, in that particular theater troupe, they were both voted least likely to succeed.
There you go.
That Hoffman and Hackman least likely to succeed Pasadena Playhouse.
Think about if you're in Hollywood when Arnold Schwarzenegger came on the scene.
Right.
His language barrier was so big that when he did Conan the Barbarian, they had to go back and dub lines because nobody can understand what he's
The
saying.
first 20 minutes, he says nothing.
And he turns into an international megastar.
And the governor.
Yes. What are
I still remember the first line. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of the women. That's his first line in Conan. 20 minutes in.
You
yes.
delivered it better than he did.
Super Crosstalk is brought to you by In-N-Out. In-N-Out, that's what a hamburger is all about.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
How do you say jerk in Slovenian?
Yeah, I'm sure Luca has used that and other words as well.
Do you get teed up if you cuss somebody out in your name?